Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Middle of the week, man. It's a hump day. We're right here on a Wednesday on the Braylon Edwards Show. Pretty excited for that. Ricky is here. Kool-Aid is here. And the man, the myth, the legend, Braylon Edwards is here as well. Looks like he's got his golf gear on as usual. So that means you played with Stan yesterday, right?
I did. I got a chance to go to Pops a little bit yesterday.
I love that, man.
There's no myth about this legend over here, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be in with you today, Shep. It's going to be fun. I'm golfing after the show.
So you golfed after the show yesterday, too,
I did.
right?
Hey, look, man, you got to get your rounds in. When the show's 2 to 4, you know, you got your mornings or you got your twilight. So two twilights in a row. But today it'll be FCC. I'm excited. Franklin Country Club.
Oh, nice.
100%, man. And playing with one of Dusty May's pals, man. So hence the Michigan and embroidery, if you will.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
you'll get 18 in, as long as the weather holds.
There's a concert tonight too, man. Look, I'm trying to get the summer in.
You are busy.
Well, August is the end. As you know, when you get to August, you start counting chickens. Usually when we were younger, this is the time where I got 2 weeks until I got to get back to school. You know, for us, it's about 3 weeks before that football season gets ready to rock and roll up there in Ann Arbor or East Lansing or wherever you're cheering for. So got to get the trips, got to get the concerts, and got to get it all out the way now, man.
That's kind of a fine line for me because I can't wait for football season to begin, you guys. And I think everybody would agree with that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like Braylon just
Summer's
said,
over.
Yeah. Then it's the indication that summer is over.
Yeah.
Now, I love the fall. I'm sure you guys do too.
100%, especially in Michigan.
It's my favorite season, realistically.
Yeah.
And well, that's because you're a football player. But
No, you know what it is?
The game.
I like, because I'm born and raised in Michigan. I'm a Michigander, Michiganian, however you say it. I like Gander. I love watching the seasons change, and I love fashion.
Yes.
Like I am a true Detroiter at heart.
Sweater
Fashion,
weather. It's sweater weather.
shearling, you know what I'm saying? The plaid comes out, the flannel comes out, jeans come out. I'm not really a short guy. I like wearing pants, as you can tell, because it's 85, 93 with the heat index, and I got on long pants. So I don't like all them hoochie shorts.
I'm with you. Crew necks, sweaters.
Man, what?
hoodies. I got some
Mock
new
necks,
hoodies.
man. Once you hit
would you
your
guys
November.
would you say you dress up more in the fall than you do in the summer?
100.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and I get to wear Timberlands, and I'm 6'2".
There you go.
100%.
Summertime is
man.
easy. Like I'm wearing all golf stuff. Like it's usually every day I'm wearing golf, or I'm wearing some type of Lululemon short and t-shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the forecast from middle of May to September.
Okay. So you would rather dress up?
Yeah.
You'd rather look stylish
Yes.
than casual?
Yeah.
I'd rather
to
look
say?
like I looked in my closet and did this.
Yeah.
Look today, as opposed to.
Yeah, and you get the casual jackets too. Nice little jacket or something
There
to
you
go with
go.
your outfit. Like you can
Yeah.
always
Little
go
thin
something.
bombers if you
There you
want.
go.
Hey,
Brandon's
bro.
on to something. Fall is that season where you walk out feeling like something, man. And that wardrobe has a lot to do with it, man.
There's a fumble.
That's a part of it. That's a part of it, man. Where I'm walking out feeling good. Got me a nice little Lacoste sweater or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can wear the polos with a little jacket on it, man, and you can feel pretty fresh. You can wear the full gamut of shoes and not look, stupid. You can put on
And
the
boots.
brogues. You can put on the boots.
Yeah.
The fall, man. It's where it's at.
Yeah,
In
I dress
Michigan,
way
shout out
better
to
in
Michigan.
I would say,
That's what-
I know Braylon pulls this off. He looks really good in turtlenecks. Are you guys turtleneck guys? I am not. I don't think I own one. I don't own one in my house.
Turtleneck
As
and
a
mock
child,
neck,
yes.
two different things. Like turtlenecks, I'm still scarred from my childhood. Like my mom forced me to wear like
Yes.
Yeah.
turtlenecks in school
Yes.
pictures and
Yes.
Thanksgiving. I got the
Absolutely.
corduroys on.
Yeah.
Corduroys and turtlenecks remind me of my mom saying you have to wear this to go to your grandma's
so
house.
funny. That's
So I
so
pass on that. But a good mock neck, a little thicker. My definition, I think turtlenecks are flimsy. I don't like the flimsy look, but a mock neck, a little thicker, a little more, it stays right there.
Yeah.
I don't like when the turtleneck start rolling down, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody didn't cuff their pants the right way.
Right. I only do a turtleneck with a blazer. I can't just do a turtleneck. And it's the same thing. Just like I don't do corduroy pants, I'll do a corduroy jacket. Yeah, but the same thing. You were forced. Those are like, I don't know what it was about moms making you wear those two things
That was the
to
outfit.
dress up.
With the knickknacks.
But are you conscious of that with your kids to make sure, okay, my kids are not going to wear that. I am not putting them through that.
No, I got my daughter is a fashionista, so she wants to wear dresses and heels every day. So there's no
she's a
issue in my
girly
house.
girl.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right.
Look,
Also, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say as a kid, no, I didn't want to wear it. Man, my dad was putting me in suits and everything. He put me in the little fashion shows down in all the little Detroit churches and everything. I'm like, Dad, what the heck? But now
man.
me. Yeah, I
Now I
got 4
see-
of them kids, and I'm doing the same stuff.
But
bro.
now I see through their lens. You know, I'm 42. You know what I'm saying? You look through a little differently. Oh, okay, this is fashionable. Okay, this kind of looks right with this. Okay, I can see it. Man, how about I put my son in this because I see what they may have seen years ago. I wasn't trying to hear that at 12.
Right.
I wasn't trying to hear that. I want starter jackets. You know what I'm saying?
Baggy
Give me
pants.
the baggy
100%.
I didn't know my pant size in my mid-20s. I didn't know my real pant size.
Yeah.
I got a fun concept for it. Not today. We'll tease today, but I think we'll do tomorrow another day. You're talking about the music and the rap and certain things you don't know and, you know, comic books. What if we had a segment where we did 10 questions with Shep? Now, we pick a random winner. First person gets something right in the chat. At the end of the show, you have to answer 10 questions. And for every answer you get right, that person gets $5.
Oh, so there's a
Braylon,
So it would be
Very
on
generous.
you to get someone paid.
very generous.
And that's a hot and ready.
100%. So it can be
Not
if I
anymore.
showed you a picture of,
I was gonna say,
You
not
right.
anymore.
You're right.
anymore.
550.
I'm telling you, I show you a picture
2010,
of a rapper, you gotta tell me who the rapper is, or
that'd be
a
great.
Marvel character, or something like that.
Oh,
you get 10
I
questions.
will get killed.
Let's
How
go.
far in
How-
advance?
I want you to get killed.
How about this? One
far in
question can be a
advance do I-
sports question. One would be a sports question.
Yeah, I'll mix in some, some not layups, but I mix in some dunks.
Okay.
I'll mix in some dunks.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's there's certain levels, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you give
And
me
it
like an
changes.
old timer, like, okay, who's a picture of Jack Ham, and I can name Jack Ham, for example.
Man,
Maybe it starts at one. Maybe it starts at $1. The first question,
Yeah.
and each question gets progressive, like you said.
Millionaire style.
There
Who
you
wants to be
go.
Millionaire style.
So what is
it
that?
get a little
$50?
tougher.
1 to 10 is 50.
Something
you do the
like
math.
that.
So
Nah,
just
see,
a
now you got me
question in
doing
the
math.
back of the room. Go ahead, Bueller.
Bueller.
Where's the $50 coming from? Is it
Braylon?
coming?
Oh, that's coming from that's coming from the show title. That's coming from the show title.
Ricky was pretty quick to answer, wasn't
That's
he?
his idea.
That's coming from Braylon. Does that come from me?
I know, right? He didn't jump in on that, but that's good.
Because it was his idea. We didn't talk about this before.
Hey,
So here's an idea.
$50 a man.
Yeah, here's an idea.
Man.
Why not?
Alright, we
Why
can do
not
that.
do it once a week with each? Every one of us. We'll
Okay.
throw Noah in, the intern.
There
We
you
can
go.
we can get everybody involved.
Okay.
And we'll spin it in different ways.
I like
It's
it.
not a bad idea.
I like
Shout
it.
out to
See,
the
here.
intern shirt.
See?
Though.
So
Go
so
on
coming up
stage.
with
You
some,
got to
I
show
told
the
you
shirt.
this is a new show, new ideas.
We've got the name of the
intern
show coming up with all these ideas. He's a producer, director, and the talent. That tells you,
You know what I'm
something.
saying?
All right.
I'm
Yo,
an
shout out to
international
the-
man about town.
We
as
got
they
to
say.
shout out his shirt. You got to show him his shirt. Stand up
Shout
on
out
the
to
stage.
Mumford. You gotta come over here, though. You get
Come
over
over
here.
here real quick, bro.
You got to show this. That's
Yeah.
fire. I like that he came in with that.
I like that Eddie Murphy.
A little more.
There, right there. There he is.
That's one of the first things, Noah, you should have known as soon as you came
There
in
you
here.
go. Shout out to my Axel Foley.
Move over a little bit so everybody can see it. Yeah, shout
Got
out
that
to
Mumford
Axel
on, that's
Foley.
fire.
Axel Foley, a.k.a. Eddie Murphy, as you said.
Hey,
That's
shout out
fire.
intern Noah.
He
my
is.
God.
The GOAT. It's not enough for debate.
I gotta fall for the banana and the tailpipe routine.
I love Dave Chappelle, man. I'm going to go ahead and sit Dave Chappelle, man, in that third slot.
Oh,
Let me
man.
see him in the third
Yes,
slot.
sir.
That would be
I never put
hilarious.
anybody in front of Eddie.
Nah, yeah, Eddie.
never
Richard Pryor
will.
was pretty funny.
And that's where the two spot.
That's where the two spot is.
Two
yeah.
spot when I was a kid was Richard and Red Fox.
Oh, Red Fox.
Like
was
Red
hilarious.
Fox appealed to me as a kid. I like Rodney Dangerfield, some
Oh,
different type
yeah,
of
he was
humor.
fantastic.
George Carlin is like one of the greatest of all time. He's
Man,
honest
Bernie
too.
Mac,
Yeah, he's
Bernie
really
Mac to
honest.
me
Bernie
is
Mac.
four.
Bernie
Bernie
Mac
Mac
was
is four to
really
me.
good.
Bill
man.
Burr, I think, is this generation of George Carlin.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I'd
would
buy
agree
that.
with
I saw Bill Burr and I didn't stop laughing. He was
Yeah.
unbelievable. Kevin James I've seen in person.
Okay, shout
he
out to
was
Kevin
hilarious. I
was
saw
good.
Jerry Seinfeld a couple of years
Okay.
ago.
Bernie Mac.
And he was
best
hilarious.
I ever saw.
I like Seinfeld stand-up, but not the show. Sorry, hot take.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
That, very fair.
Stand-up is hilarious. The show, I didn't crack a smile. I've watched multiple episodes.
Oh my God, I couldn't get enough of it. I probably my boys and I have literally a Seinfeld thread.
I can see
If
that.
something pops into our head, boom,
Get it.
we'll send it out to him. So that's one of the all-time. Like my daughter and my wife used to watch Friends together.
Okay.
Wrong answer. But the guys watch Seinfeld.
And Living Single was better.
I grew up in a different.
Martin.
Living Single, Martin, Fresh Prince of
Yeah.
Bel-Air, Living Color,
Family Matters.
New York Undercover. If you're going back,
Oh.
if we're going back to the era, New York Undercover.
New York Undercover.
Like
and I was a Nickelodeon kid.
certain households watch certain things. Like I didn't tap into Seinfeld until I got to college.
Yeah.
And by then I wasn't tapping in like all the time. It was episode once in a while. Once in a while.
A couple
Great
people-
show, but just I didn't grow up.
How about Cheers? Did you guys enjoy?
I grew up on
Cheers?
Cheers.
My
My
mom
dad
watched
loved Cheers.
100%.
Loved Cheers.
That's part of the night lineup.
I remember
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Going
There are certain
Sam
things.
Malone.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy looking back when you get older, looking back at shows and realizing how old people were?
Yeah.
Like for
they were
some reason, I
32.
thought everybody on Cheers is in their 50s.
Yeah, they were like
like-
32.
Yep, 100%.
You're like, wait, what?
Ted Danson was 34.
Yeah,
He was
that's
34.
crazy.
Woody Harrelson was like 31 or 30.
Shout out to it.
It's the same when you watch teen movies. You look back, like all these people were in their 20s trying to play
Like
teenagers.
Norm was like 39.
Yeah.
Right.
Like what?
You look 50.
Looks 59.
100%.
69.
Rest in
actually.
peace.
Yeah, that's really good. But the other funny thing is when you try to show some of your shows that you liked as a kid, or maybe even if you were in college, to your kids, they're just like, I don't get it. It's not funny. It's not funny at all.
I was trying to show my sister Alf. My sister now is 35. Although don't tell her I told you that. I was trying to show her Alf as a kid. She was like, yeah, I'm not buying it.
Same.
Yeah.
I said, but you watch Barney. How can you
That's
watch
funny.
Barney and not like Alf?
I was the same
But,
way.
yeah.
I tried to show my kids. You remember Doug? They used to come on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
First
They
of all, we
were
had a
like,
whole spiel
what
about
is
Doug.
this?
1991. What are you talking about? Quail Man, turn
I
up.
can only imagine. With the beats.
Bluffington High School.
Yeah, and the beats.
Let's go.
Take me back,
Patty
man.
Mayonnaise.
Hey, Patty Mayonnaise was cool. She could hoop.
Patty.
Yeah.
She wasn't that smart neither, too. Like she was attainable, right? You know what I'm saying? She was attainable. She's attainable.
the best way to describe it.
If you go back and watch Doug, one of the coolest things about Doug is nobody is the same color.
Yep,
No
not one
body.
person.
Like,
Yep.
no one is the same color. They're legitimately a hodgepodge of purples and
Yeah, that
blues
was
and
dope,
greens and oranges and even the whites.
Yeah.
Like it's not white. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a tan.
Yeah.
It's like a tan in Florida.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
great,
Yeah,
realistically.
the Nickelodeon lineup was dope. That was my line.
Nickelodeon got it. The other company not so much.
What was the other company?
That's Disney.
Oh, that's Disney. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of companies that have strayed. I mean, MTV, when I was a kid, played video.
They got it.
Now,
Oh man.
Everything but
It's
video.
like 40
You
years
know
I
what it
missed
is.
that.
I think it was like 40 years old now. I think the other day, I thought somebody wrote or tweeted out that it's the 40th anniversary of MTV. Thank you for 14 years of really good music.
Right,
videos.
for real.
Because all they do is they play some show called
Ridiculousness.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
They still have the Real World Road Rules Challenge for some odd reason. I'm like, what? CT is still getting money.
The writing was on the wall when they went away from pop-up. When they went up from pop-up video,
No,
when they
that
went
was
away
VH1.
from,
Yeah, it was
well, they
that
did it on
company,
that
same.
too, though. Yeah,
Yeah,
VH1.
yeah. TRL, all that stuff.
I wonder
Shout
why
out to
that
them.
wouldn't make a comeback.
Because it's all on our
Nobody's,
phones.
I know, but still. I mean,
Nothing beats YouTube, man. Sorry. It's just.
No, I don't disagree with that,
Shout
but
out
it
to
doesn't
YouTube.
mean, I mean, at home,
We on YouTube.
are you on your phone a lot at home?
No, not really.
I think people that say they're not really, and this is not Ricky, they lying. People are always on their phone.
I think you're right.
Even-
And I am
It's
saying
'cause
it's
I have
Ricky.
kids.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think you are on your phone quite a bit.
Nah, I'm not. I
mean,
really not.
check-
But I got a bunch of girls in my house, so
Yeah.
I'm always.
Don't blame it
doing
on them.
something.
Don't blame
I
it on
have
them,
to.
Ricky.
I have to. Other than that, I'll be golfing.
It's just convenient. Like, yeah, I know I'm not the only one. Like, when's the last time you were looking for somebody upstairs to give them something, ask for something, see if they can bring something? When's the last time you went upstairs to go tell them? When's the last time
Well,
you go upstairs and talk to somebody?
Yeah, so I'm old school. I try to put my phone away.
yeah.
And then I like to talk. I like to interact with people. I hate the whole text and email all the time. I want to talk to somebody. Hey man, how you doing? Okay, even if it's a short and sweet, I'm okay with that. I can't stand the text.
Yeah, that's a rarity now. And all the apps are on the TVs and tablets and everything now. Like YouTube's everywhere. Like it's beyond the phone.
You go into a restaurant. I mean, think about this. I went into a restaurant last night.
Oh, there's no phones at restaurants. We definitely do that.
It's everywhere.
Well, no, I'm talking about in my family.
Oh, in your family.
Yeah,
good. Well, good for you. I mean, you're a good dad. You look at the table. How many people are on their phones?
Yeah,
like, where the hell's the communication?
I hate that.
How come you're not talking with one another? You know what I mean?
I hate it.
Yeah.
Well, every era is about what was that era about. I don't want to have to go way back to pre-cell phone. I just started in the 90s. The 90s, people were still talking. People were still communicating. Cell phones kind of new. Beepers, pagers, the whole 9 but it's still a form of communication. You're still probably talking to people most of the time. And then a couple people have cell phones. They're communicating. Insert the 2000s when phones come out. Now you can start texting. I grew up in that era essentially. I'm in college or I'm going to high school. I'm in high school when you can start texting.
Yeah.
So I'm a text era. Everything is text for me. I enjoy texting. This is what the era was. All phones. You get the better T9 service in texting. Here comes the iPhone. Now you can do all the things.
All the
Insert
keyboards.
100%. Now my brother's era and my sister's era, they're the FaceTime era.
Oh yeah.
They're the FaceTime era. I remember my brother used to come in and he's on the phone with his boys from college. I'm like, FaceTime is just to talk to girls.
Yeah.
He's like, we talk to everybody. No, they legitimately would be on the phone like this talking. I'm like, why are you talking to your friends? Text them, call them. That's the FaceTime era. Now this new era is trying to get back to it. It's all the social era.
That's a great
Like, it went from FaceTime. The next era is social. I got people that will not hit me back on text, won't answer my call sometimes. But if you text them on
Instagram,
IG, if you text them on Snap, instantly they get right back to you.
Yeah,
really. Instantaneously they get
I
right
have
back
friends
to you.
that I only talk to on Instagram. Like we have each other's numbers, but we're talking back and forth on
same.
Instagram all day.
Are you kidding me?
And it's a sense
Sending
of
memes
fake.
and stuff.
It's a sense of fake keeping up. Because you think, we're boys, you know what I'm saying? We talk on social media. Hey, you guys don't talk. You don't guys know what's going on with each other's families. You don't know how a guy feels or how a girl feels. Here's the
problem with your brother and your sister's era is that they're used to FaceTime, and what happens is because they're so used to it, they'll go to the gym and they'll FaceTime people. Yeah. So I was at the gym 2 days ago. This person's working out and they're FaceTiming somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm
Planet Fitness, right?
Nah, I can't see.
I'm not afraid to say this. I'll go up to him and say, hey man, if I can hear your conversation over my heavy metal, that's a problem. Because I got heavy metal blaring in my ears.
See, that's just rude.
So it is rude. It is rude. I need you up in the lobby area so you can talk, because I don't want to hear your conversation. I don't want to know what you had for dinner last night or what you're going to the grocery store for after the workout, right?
No.
Okay. But in today's day and age, I'm seen as the jackass.
Yeah.
The person breaking. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. 100%.
I feel like now people are a little more aware. I'm not defending everyone, but I do want to defend some of these younger kids because they're more like they set screen time and stuff like that. This next generation of kids, they're getting more. They're actually paying attention to stuff like that. Yeah. To where if they're on the phone, they'll set their phone down. I've noticed that. They'll be like, hold on, real quick. They'll set their phone down on FaceTime, doing a transaction, and then go back to it. Like I'm a person. I'm usually on the phone with my have my headphones on, but I'm real conscious of that. I'm not talking around people, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you're good about it. I'm telling you, just 2 days ago it happened, and it happened this afternoon. I did a workout before I came here. You get the same thing, and it's like, oh my God,
that's
man,
wild.
dude, come on! I don't need to hear your business,
man. When I'm in Planet Fitness, man, when your fitness is essential, I'm so locked in that I don't even pay attention. There's no judgment, so I'm not judging.
Do you listen to music while you work out?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. I do too.
100%.
I know a lot of people who do not.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. The sound of the gym is boring. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I got to be listening to DMX, Jeezy, Lil Wayne, or the Good Book.
I got to be listening to something. Yeah. Okay. I got to be something to help me motivate and get through it, especially as you get older. So it's kind of a situation. I hope more and more people are taking notice of it because there's signs. Hey, get off your phone. Yeah. Don't be on your phone. Please be conscious of others.
I know one thing the younger culture, this era, doesn't do like our eras and the eras past. There's much less drinking with 100%. The new age, like the 20.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Like it's even studies to show like that. The liquor sales with Gen Z versus the next one above and millennials, it's like night and day. The numbers in terms of what's spent. Yeah. But I tell you this, they do all that infused stuff. You better slow down on that.
Yeah.
Like all that vaping and inhaling of the pipe down a little bit. Because those chemicals in there, seems cool now. That Surgeon General don't tell you everything.
I didn't know that about the drinking.
Yeah, no one. They don't go to Canada anymore. Remember how they used to go to Canada in 19? That's done. They don't even go. They don't care.
Wow.
It was a whole article.
Yeah,
about it.
listen, we used to go. We go across the border all the time, like just about every single weekend. I mean, people from out of town would come in and say, "Wait a minute, we're going to a different country."
Like,
we're going to Canada.
Take you 5
Here's your beer. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we're going to the beer store. That's where we went. We went to the beer store. We'd put cases of Canadian beer in our trunk. We would go to a place. It depends on where, but ours for us, and it's out of action now. But we went to a place called Mother's Pizza.
Okay.
And at least that's where we said we were going.
Smart.
So on the way back in, where were you? We were at Mother's Pizza. What time did you get there? We got there around 8 o'clock. Okay. Got anything to declare? Nope, we're good. Okay, come on through. And suddenly we got a case of Bredor in our back seat, and we're fired up.
We used to party in Windsor all the time. Club 112, the Icebox, Don Cherries, 100%. It was cool. I didn't drink till I was 21. So when we were going over to 18, 19, 20, like, because you're going to get pulled over on the way back for sure. Just being four young black men coming from Windsor at 2 in the morning, you're getting pulled over. Never there was a time that we did not get pulled over. The good thing is I didn't drink, so you can hit me with all the questions that you want. So it was perfect. So a lot of guys go to jail, though. They don't play at the border.
No, they don't.
They do not F around at that border.
Have you ever been at the border where somebody was, so a friend of mine once, a real smart ass.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to have any problems, but he had to mention how come a Canadian team hasn't won the Stanley Cup since.
No.
Yeah. So
I'm going to need you. See this lane over here? Why don't you take the car? Why don't you pull right over to lane 4?
Exactly what
pull over
happened.
lane 4.
And you know what they did?
This spot has your name on it.
They pulled out all their seats. They pulled out everything they had in their car. They
Even if you're perfect, you're going to have something.
Right. Well, they said, so here's what the agent said. They go, well, you're clean. Go ahead and put it back.
Yep.
And they were giggling their ass off.
I've had the police do that to me. They broke my door panel doing the same thing. Being smart.
Yeah.
How about that, eh?
Yeah.
That's what they hit him with, too.
Don't be such a smart ass, okay?
I mean, very polite, too, after they disrespect you.
Have a little respect. Just a little bit of respect. Well, some respect today at Lions. Dan Campbell is out there talking to folks, and I'm pretty excited about it, and we want to hear from Dan Campbell. We will do just that, what he had to say about his team as they prep for Atlanta in preseason game number 2. But first, a guy you always want to hear about because he's always there protecting you and your rights. He is Ven Johnson.
If you got a crisis, let Ven point you in the right direction. Ven, V-E-N. Verify step 1, engage step 2, and notify step 3. That's the details, your attorney, and your insurance provider, man. Let Ven fight for you because he is the fighter, and the people there at his office, they know how to get things done as well. Ask anybody that's been around. They know Ven is a fighter, and he will fight for you. Go to VenFights.com. Ven Johnson Law, that's who I want to represent me.
He is the fighter, that's for sure. Les Stanford's going to fight for you, too, to try and get you the best deal on some type of truck, SUV, whatever the case may be. You go in there, they've got so many different cars. Or trucks, I should say, and SUVs, and so many different colors. You'll find the deal that is perfect for your budget. They've got great offers for everybody. I'll give you an example. 2025 Hummer EV SUT lease special, $599 a month plus tax. Or try the 2025 Hummer EV SUT lease special for $699 a month. That's a hell of a deal. Don't forget about the double cab elevation. It's a 2025 lease special. It's only $169 a month. This is going on July now through August. So get to Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory. Anything you need, they're going to be able to help you. Les Stanford Buick and GMC. For all lease specials, go to their website, lesstanford.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Every time I tell you about BlackRock, I have a new update as it relates to a winner. See, you guys don't believe me when I say scan this QR code in to get you in the game, but some people do. Well, I'm glad you do. You know who else believes me? Brian Anderson. Shout out to Brian Anderson. He just won the Traeger Grill, so sounds like he's going to be cooking up for the rest of the summer as well as tailgating this season. Also, we're still going though, man. Scan this QR code above my head and get you into the next drawing. That is, you can be a winner of a helicopter tour for 2 around the city of Detroit. We're talking about the Hudson Building and everything else that Detroit is doing right off the Detroit River and St. Clair Shores. Is this what you want to do? Pull up. You know how you do it. Scan this QR code above my head. It also gets you into the ultimate prize, which is 4 tickets to the Big Ten season open on September 14th. So look, you're trying to sizzle a little bit this summer, do it at BlackRock. Summer giveaways, but more importantly, get into BlackRock, man. They got food, they got vibes, they have everything that you need.
God, that steak looks good.
755 degrees cooked on that BlackRock. You know what time it is.
Hey, you guys already know the Detroit Tigers are doing work right now. Why don't you go ahead and continue that good mojo and get you some Woodward Tigers gear? I'm going to tell you where you can get that, man. Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? Well, it's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and ultimate swag. That carry bond swag. Check out the Woodward Sports latest gear at woodwardsports.com and make sure you guys click shop. We got hoodies, tees, and hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. You see what we did there, right? Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com. Again, make sure you click shop. And we back.
Speaking of Kerry Carpenter, he has homered again.
Kerry Bonds.
He had a 2-run homer. So it's
not one, but 2.
No. He had a 2-run homer. He's homered again is in today. He has he has a homer today. Spencer Torkelson has a homer today. Zach McKinstry has a homer today.
What?
It's 4-4 against the Twins. So kudos to Detroit's power.
Wow.
Which I think is vital for their success. Now, I know how they feel about bullpens. Especially swing and miss in bullpens. I know how they feel about starting pitching. I've been on record to say, there's, I think, a number of teams who have a better starting pitching than Detroit as we get ready for the playoffs. But I love the power. I mean, they're 8th right now in home runs. They're 7th right now in slug. And that's going into today's game. So that could change a little bit. So that's a great sign for Detroit that the power, that's what was missing during that's the period of time where they struggled and everybody wanted to give up on them, and there's really no reason to do that. It's silly to do that. But there is what was missing was some bullpen problems, but the power was missing as well.
You said the Twins have 4. It's 4-4. So what does that tell you about Jack Flaherty? That's just a question because I know he's another one of those angles where he's somebody that we were monitoring his play. 4 hits. Has he gotten pulled?
He has not. He's given up 6 hits and 4 runs is what he's given up. 1 home run. So, a guy who has a 4.5 ERA. He does have 3 strikeouts. That's better than what Chris Paddock did last night. Okay.
How much you paying Paddock versus how much is Jack Flaherty making?
That's a great point. Yeah. Jack Flaherty's making $25 million. Okay.
I need to step it up. And it's no disrespect because he's definitely thrown the strikes, but every time Jack Flaherty comes up there, we know he's giving up a bomb. That's been 75% of the season.
He's been pretty good as of late.
Okay.
That doesn't mean my confidence is all the way back with him when the playoffs begin. I think it's legitimate to bring up the money. If we're going to bring it up with Javier Baez, you need to bring it up with everybody.
And you said that last week.
Yeah. So Jack Flaherty, I don't know if he would be your 2 in a playoff series, quite honestly. I mean, I trust A.J. Hinch to get that. It's about swings and misses, though. Right. Chris Paddock got 1 swing and miss last night. 1. Royce Lewis.
Right.
1 swing and miss. That's not going to work. Rafael Montero came in, gave up 2 runs. He didn't look good. I mean, I don't want to dwell on the negative,
right.
but those are things that I'm looking for.
Can I ask a question? And this question isn't I need everybody to panic. This isn't come because you don't panic. So it's not a panic question. It's just a serious question. How many games do the Tigers need to give back before there is cause for concern? You know, you look at earlier in the week, it was 9. You look at earlier in last week, it was 12. You look at 3 weeks ago, it was 15. Mm-hmm. They're down to 7 after last night's loss.
Right.
What would the number be for you where it's like,
I think they are clearly the best team in the division. I am not worried at all.
Will 4.5 make you worry about, is this a divisional race?
No.
Okay.
It would not for me. That's just me. I'm not saying I'm right. I think they've got I was going to say it's not an easy road. There really are no easy roads. You got the Twins. You got the Angels coming into town. Not a great team. The White Sox stink, although they have as many wins as the Yankees over the last month. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Then you're with Minnesota again. Then you're with Houston. That'll be interesting. I try not to use certain series as litmus tests.
Gotcha.
Because there were some people saying, "Oh, we're going to see what the Tigers are really made of against Philadelphia." Oh, okay. So you didn't learn anything about how good they played against, all these other teams that they've played. So I try to keep that under control a little bit. My belief is, and I pray that I'm wrong. I really do.
Yeah.
I think Toronto's better than they are. I think Seattle's better than they are. Houston, we'll see. Boston is surging, and then I think there's probably 3 to 4 National League teams that I would think are in better position to compete for a World Series title than the Tigers, specifically.
That's honest and fair.
Dodgers, Padres, Phillies. Nobody gives the Brewers any credit. Nobody. Like the other day, Pat Murphy's their manager. I bet you could find a baseball fan right out here on Woodward, go up to about 10 of them in a row. Who's the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers? They have no idea who Pat Murphy is, and that's okay.
You can probably go down to Comerica and ask 500 of them, right? And mess around.
Yeah. And Pat Murphy said this last night. Name 5 guys on our team. Somebody name 5. I mean, he's talking to the Milwaukee media, so the Milwaukee media obviously knows it. But when you're talking about the Milwaukee Brewers, and I wonder if the Tigers are too dissimilar than that. Like outside of Detroit. If you go to let's just say you go to Boston.
Yeah.
All right. How many Red Sox fans can name X amount of Tigers?
I think the Tigers are, I would say at least 5.
You think so? Who would those 5 be? Who would those 5 be?
Baez,
Scooble, Baez, Gleyber Torres, 100% Riley Green. That's 4.
I would hope so.
If they're a baseball fan.
No, but they've been talking.
Two-time All-Star. So
that's true. That's true.
Two-time All-Star. Also, let's not forget what the Tigers have been doing from this time last year. Tigers made that hell of a run, started getting national people started watching, then they started paying more attention once they got to the playoffs. Then they messed around and won a playoff series, and then they started the season with the same momentum, and they've been playing well. All they've talked about is the Tigers and Javi Baez. They talk about Javi Baez more than they did Aaron Judge at one point. So I think
I don't know about that.
I'm over-exaggerating, but not that much. Last time I checked, Javi Baez was trying to get out of Detroit, and he started an All-Star game this year. Yeah. People like stories, and I think the Tigers, for a large part of the season, were the story.
Perhaps you're right because of the All-Star nominations that they had. I do think everybody – this is not a knock on Detroit fans or us. I think people get lost in their own teams. Okay, so I think people in Boston, and I use Boston as an example because my wife is from Boston, so I hear from her family all the time. Hey, how good are the Tigers? Our Red Sox are coming. Our Red Sox are coming up. So I gotta calm them down a little bit. There's all of them. They're like, so who's this guy? They don't know who the hell Matt Vierling is. They don't know who Zach McKinstry is.
I bet they can name you 10 Detroit Lions. I bet every
every
NFL fan base can name you 10 Detroit Lions.
Easy.
And if they can't,
including half their coaching staff.
And if they can't, they're not football fans.
Yeah, this is true.
Right?
I agree.
Because they really are one of the best teams in the National Football League. So Dan Campbell spoke today, and he was talking about there's so much made, Braylon, of the coaches they've lost.
Yeah.
And you did a really good job with this a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about not just the coordinators. We're talking about some of the other coaches. But what about the coaches who are on this staff and making a difference? Kelvin Shepard is elevated to defensive coordinator, and Sean Dion Hamilton is now the linebackers coach. Here's Dan Campbell on his coaches, his linebackers coaches, and the guys who are getting work done on a daily basis in Allen Park. Listen to this.
Staff that makes you think he has a future in this league?
Yeah, he's done an unbelievable job. I mean, one of the reasons we got him into coach and asked him to stay was he was such a smart player, man. He was such a headsy player. You know, he was a high-level thinker as a player, so to be able to, and look, he wasn't the most gifted. And when you're not the most gifted, then you have to do every little thing right. You have to know every little detail, and you probably know how to coach every little detail too. So that was him, and he's a stickler for the details. He expects a lot out of those guys. He wants them to play downhill and aggressive. He's a hard worker, and he's grown a ton under Shep in that room in AG. So he's going to do a great job for us.
One more follow-up on the offense.
Kelvin Shepard, not this Shep. So I love that answer,
Yeah.
and I could be in the minority here. I love the promotion from within. So the linebackers coach now, who is Sean Dion Hamilton, was the assistant linebackers coach.
Oh yeah, you gotta love that
for Kelvin Shepard. You gotta love it if it's earned,
and
I think it's really important. And that's a big word, right? Players know this stuff. They know who deserves it and who doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, 100%. You know who deserves it. Sean Dion Hamilton has been in that room, and Kelvin Shepard in the linebacker room. One of the good things, and we'll get a chance to talk about Kelvin Shepard here in a minute too, because I'm interested in what people have to say about him. But it's attention to details, and that's what you've seen in the last 4 years of Kelvin Shepard and his linebackers, and then Sean Dion has been in that room as well. Look at the growth and the player development of Alex Anzalone. I told you when they first brought Anzalone in here, I didn't see anything special. I want them to get rid of him at some point. He was one of those players like he can't go lateral, he can't cover anybody in space. Like this guy he's basically costing you some plays and some first downs. Malcolm Rodriguez talking about getting back to Anzalone. Look what happened in 22. Look at the steps in 23. You're talking about a guy that could have been a Pro Bowl. Talking about a guy that wasn't alternate in the Pro Bowl. Talking about a guy that's led a defense the past 3 years. That's what he's done. Kelvin Shepard helped him get there. Look at Jack Campbell. Look at the steps that he took last year. When Anzalone went down, who was ready? Who was ready to put that dot on his helmet? There's no coincidence that a former linebacker in Kelvin Shepard that played 8 years in the league, that played under some of the great defensive coordinators, great defensive minds, is now helping these guys advance. And I think that's what Sean Dion has been a part of, just being in that room and watching that the last 4 years, that growth.
Yeah, I would remind people, too, in 2021, Kelvin Shepard's responsibility on the staff was to handle the outside linebackers and the rush ends. And Charles Harris had 7.5 sacks. You bring up Anzalone.
Yeah.
Those years you just brought up, those are back-to-back career years for him. Don't tell me the coaching didn't have anything to do with it. What Jack Campbell, the progress he made last year, he's one of five linebackers in the National Football League to have at least 125 tackles, at least 5 tackles for loss, at least 5 pass breakups, and at least 1 fumble recovery. 8 straight weeks, he had 7 tackles or more. That's the most by a Lion linebacker since Stephen Boyd had 13 straight weeks of 7 tackles or more in 2000. That's a long-ass time.
That's Shep's guy. You're absolutely correct about that. You guys ask me all the time, the difference in the game. Like, what is the game? How did you get better in this game? Why is it so fast? Why are people so slow? It's that attention to detail. I talk about it all the time. Film. It's how you coach as well. It's putting players in good positions to have success. And this is what it seems like they've done in that player development. Like Zach Thomas. I always go back to Zach Thomas. You look at Zach Thomas, nothing special about Zach Thomas. In fact, you're wondering how the hell is he a linebacker in the NFL? of the Hall of Fame category. Attention to detail. He knew where everybody was. He knew where he was supposed to be. He can tell guys where they are supposed to go. Malcolm Rodriguez, I'm not saying he's Zach Thomas.
No.
But when you have attention to detail like Sean Dion is going to with him, you put him in good spots. You got Jack on one side. You got Alex Anzalone on the other side. And you put Malcolm Rodriguez in good spots in the attention to detail. He can be where he's supposed to be.
And I just wanted to say about that, man, with these assistant coaches. You know, Kelvin Shepard had the same thing said about him by a pretty good coach in Steve Spagnuolo. And he talked about the attention to detail and his ability to coach and know everybody's position, including on the offense, even though he was a linebacker on the defensive side. And so now you look at his assistant linebacker, who he's now elevating, the same stuff is being said by him. And Bray, just you've been a player in those rooms, you know when coaches are probably just giving you the speak. But when I look at Dan Campbell as a fan, it makes me that much more comfortable to hear him talk about how even his weaknesses they identified made him better. And I personally didn't get the sense that Dan Campbell was just talking to just talk up his guy. I saw him be very, very confident, very, very comfortable in talking about Sean Dion Hamilton, because there's a lot of noise right now about what this team can't be because they're promoting from within.
Yeah, that's what's driving, and that's the reason we wanted to bring this topic up, because I think what people wanted when they lost offensive coordinator Ben Johnson and lost Aaron Glenn is like, okay, let's go out and get someone similar to Steve Spagnuolo, who's won 3 rings, right? Let's go get a guy like Vic Fangio, like Philadelphia did, or Jim Schwartz is considered a really good defensive.
He knows his place.
He does now.
He knows his place.
Brian Flores, really good defensive coordinator. They wanted those names, right? And really, what I've said is, at some point, those guys became bigger names because of their ability. I covered, when Jim Caldwell was here, I covered him, and Terrell Austin was his defensive coordinator.
I know TA.
And what a great dude, right? He's in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Okay. I thought he was a really good dude. At least to me he was. Anyway.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters, how you treat you.
I love Braylon's eyes when he talks about something. He's just like, he's kind of looking off in the distance.
He's trying to pass it off to Jesus.
Yeah, he's kind of looking off in the distance, like your puppy is watching you eat. Like, oh my God!
He tried to have to be old school, Bray.
Yeah, anyway,
2008, Bray.
He at one point he had a really good defense, and then it fell down a little bit. Jim Caldwell unfairly got fired. Terrell Austin left as well. But the point is, those guys get elevated to spots from within because they have a plan and they have a really good idea of their personnel. I love the fact that he's promoting from within.
Yeah, people got to stop getting so hung up on, wanting to go out and poach the guy who, like you said, big fans, he's got 3 Super Bowl rings. Oh, you see what this guy did. Oh, let's get somebody that falls off the Sean McVay tree. Why can't we get somebody like Kevin O'Connell? Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes and relax. You got to watch how this thing has built out. Like when I look at Kelvin Shepard promoting from within, people forget about the chemistry side of things. People forget about the familiarity side of things. And when you have familiarity and chemistry, which is what this defense has under Kelvin Shepard, because he was on the linebacker, because he also coached some of the outside linebackers, and because he's been here, he is legitimately embodied in Aaron Glenn's image. You don't want to bring in somebody that, he may be a great defensive coordinator. He's not a great defensive coordinator for this group of guys. He's not a great defensive coordinator for this city. He's not meant to come in this time where this is a pivotal moment for the Detroit Lions for the Detroit Lions franchise. You don't want to deal in windows? Fine, we won't deal in windows. But this is a pivotal time. You have the best players and staffing that you probably have ever had. You have the coach that you've never had. You have everything right. So why mess with it? Why take the chance to bring in a guy because of the accolades, because of this, that, and the third? Bring in a guy that knows what he's doing, that can group these guys. And that's Kelvin Shepard. I appreciate everything about Kelvin Shepard. He was on the team with Miami Dolphins when Dan Campbell was there. You know how long Kelvin Shepard's known Dan Campbell? If he wasn't the guy, Dan Campbell wouldn't go in this direction. Right. I love everything about what they're building here. You take Aaron Glenn as a former player, Kelvin Shepard, former player, Dan, a former player. They got a plan for this thing and how they want it to go. You don't think the defensive players had a say in that? Hey, fellas, hey, Aiden, what would you think if we promoted Kelvin Shepard? You effing right I want Kelvin Shepard. Hey,
they were singing his praises last year.
Jack, you know what? Don't even ask me. He's my guy.
Yes.
This is what you hear. So now you have these conversations, and then to go away from that and bring in a stranger. Now you got to deal with the first half of the season. Somebody like the back and forth, the fighting. Well, we're going to do it this way. Well, it's my way. So I like that. And also he has the resume. You just didn't pay attention because of what you want.
That's right.
He's got a resume. 4 years with this franchise, 4 years with these players, 4 years with this team. Not to mention what he did as a player and what he did as an assistant when he was coming up the ranks. So I love what he's going to bring.
Yeah, he's a big reason why this team was, first and third down efficiency against.
Talk about it.
They were third, make it second in fourth down efficiency against. They were seventh in points per game against. And let's not get confused here. Just because they may have played together or been on the Miami staff and known one another for a long time doesn't mean that Dan Campbell, that's the reason he takes him. He was good friends with Anthony Lynn.
Very true.
And Anthony Lynn was his first OC when he got here. And he recognized it wasn't going to work out. He took a lot of heat for that because everybody thought, oh, you just want to be the play caller. You want to be the head coach and the guy who gets the glory in that regard, not knowing who he was.
The situation with Anthony Lynn, we had him on the show back then. I was actually on 2 different teams with Coach Lynn for the Cleveland Browns as well as the Jets. So love A. Lynn. Yeah. It didn't work out. He didn't know the pulse of this team. He didn't know how to be an offensive coach to what we had in store. Dan Campbell made a decision. He got rid of him.
Yeah. And by the way, he promoted from within.
100%. Do you know how hard that move was? Because he bought Anthony Lynn out of retirement. He essentially bought him out of retirement and then fired him. That's a tough move. So Dan Campbell's all about putting the right people in place. Getting back to Shep just for another second, he's also not Aaron Glenn. He's also not trying to be Dan Campbell. He is his own man, much like Dan Campbell told you on Hard Knocks. I want you to wear those dreads because it is who you are. He's going to be himself. His nasty, tenacious, relentless effort, these are the 3 things and the 3 pillars that he lives by. This is how he coaches his linebackers. Nasty, tenacious, and relentless. That sounds like something that I want to be a part of.
I also love the fact, like you brought up the dreads. We've talked about that before, but the fact that he wants his guys to be real.
Yeah.
Okay? You are coaches. Bruce Gradkowski is an offensive assistant. He
played with him in Cleveland.
So there you go. He played in Cleveland, played in Tampa.
This whole staff.
He was in Toledo. They kept and they retained Hank Fraley. Really important piece.
Play with him.
Right? Absolutely. Tashard Choice, they bring him in as a running backs coach. They've got guys who, if you're a player and you recognize some of the history of the game, I'm not saying that you had to have played to be impactful, but it does help, I would guess.
Yeah, it definitely does. You look at Hank Fraley. Hank Fraley played 2 spots down from Joe Thomas for 5 years, 6 years. Yeah. Joe Thomas one of the best left tackles ever, especially in the last 25 years. He also was on the same staff with Eagles when they had Runyon and those guys, and he was blocking for McNabb. He's been doing that at a high level for a very long time. And when I was with the Browns, he was one of the guys that was helping Coach Jeff Davison input run blocking techniques, putting in install for the offensive lineman. So he's been tapped in for a while, and he's been coaching Panay. He's been coaching these guys. He's been working with Frank. He's been working with Taylor Decker. Like, that's why I think you'll see a lot out of Tate Ratledge this year. I know I went off on a tangent about something else, but I'm excited to see what Tate Ratledge could become because Hank Fraley played that spot. Hank Fraley knows that spot. He knows that game.
I hope he is that influence.
Yeah.
It's always one of the things I've wondered about in sports. How much, for example, you bring a Frank Ragnow. How much is a Frank Ragnow? How much was it Kevin Zeitler? How much it was a Graham Glasgow? How much was it Hank Fraley? I don't know the answers to any of that, okay? But all of them working together made Frank Ragnow one of the best centers, if not the best center in football. Can he have that type of impact on a young guy like Tate Ratledge, knowing that he's going to go through some ups and downs? Everybody does, right? You did, I'm sure, your rookie year. And
who, me now?
What about what about Christian? Is he going to be able to do that with Christian? Mahogany.
You know what? I got some audio from Dan Campbell talking about the standard of the offensive line.
Perfect. Okay, let's get to that after we get a thought from Jack's Car Wash and Dr. Pierce. Because,
Braylon.
I don't know about you, but every time I get my car washed, it seems like it starts to rain. The beauty with Jack's Car Wash is they have these plans where it doesn't matter if it rains or if it's sunny for you.
Well, you and I are in the same boat because every time I get my car washed, as you know, it tends to have kind of clouds looking like that, and it does rain. But when you get the unlimited package, man, and that unlimited package is only $49. What is it? $29 a month. You pay $29.99 per month, unlimited if it rains, guess what? We'll see you tomorrow. If it rains that day, we'll see you the day after that. And that car wash will be free because you've already put it in. Look, over 40 locations around the state. They're the car wash for you. They're the car wash that I go to. They're the car wash that I vet. They're the car wash that I use, man. It's good people who will get you right. Summer is still here. Ladies and gentlemen, go get your car wash at Jack's.
And tell the good people about the good doctor.
Oh, just back to back.
Doctor, Jimmy, the news.
Run through all the people that I use. You know what? I use Dr. Pierce. This is my guy. Played in the outing this past week with Doc. Swing was okay, but look, he's better in the doctor's office. 248-426-9944. You want to get some type of insight? Doc can get you right. He makes sure your diagnosis is legit. I got story after story after story. And you don't have to be an athlete as well, man. You can just be somebody that casually enjoys golf, casually enjoys concerts. I want my back to be right at the concert. Go see Dr. Pierce.
Summer's heating up and Feldman's clearing space for the incoming new models. That means massive markdowns during Feldman's hot summer sale. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $189 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $209 a month. Inventory's moving fast, and when it's gone, it's gone. So don't sweat the search. Just get to Feldman. More locations, more inventory, more ways to save. The hot summer sale is on at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Bar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Now, if I told you you placed a bet for $1,000 and you didn't win, you can get your money back, you probably think I'm crazy, but I'm not. Scan this QR code or enter the code Woodward 1000, and if your first bet doesn't hit from $20 to $1,000, you'll get your money back. That's right, deposit right back into your account, man. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app right now. It's the official sports book of Woodward Sports, or just use that QR code Woodward 1000. Scan or use the code or scan the QR code on the screen to get that Caesars Sportsbook right now.
All right, here we go. What time is this? Today's date is the 6th. That means you got 26 days if you're 14 and 19 to work out for free. See, back in June, it was a lot of time, but you procrastinated. Now it's late. Now you only have 26 days. But get into it, man. Health is wealth, whether it's mental or physical, and we want to do both for you. There's no judgment in Planet Fitness. You come in, you walk in, you feel great. It's just fun to get in shape while there's no judgment. Also, there's trainers there. So if you got questions, trainers got answers for you. And if you're not 14 and 19, get yourself to the gym because they got the price point for you. Fitness that fits into your budget. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Real quick, I got to get what you think about this, Shep. I just got a notification that Instagram now has location, so you can share your location with the world through Instagram.
No, thank you.
Something told me that was going to be your reaction.
Hey, listen, my wife has Life 360 on the phones.
Okay.
I feel uncomfortable knowing or tracking my kids. And they're not even kids anymore. I mean, they're young adults.
Yeah.
I feel there's an invasion on my part. Now, if I'm worried, I'm glad we have it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm saying I don't like, where is he? That's his business.
Man,
okay?
you better than me, bro.
That's his
check
business.
My kids till they
if
die.
I'm worried about my daughter, yes, on a Friday or Saturday night in East Lansing, sure, I would probably check it every once in a while. I try to give him as much, leeway and freedom as possible.
Yeah.
It's 8-4 Minnesota now. Okay.
Wait, what? I think you said 6-4.
They just hit 2 home runs, Kool-Aid.
Oh my God.
We had a commercial break. It doesn't take long for you to put up runs at a ballpark.
Not if you're pitching like they're pitching today.
Tyler Holton, who has been rock steady, not black rock steady, but rock steady.
I see what you did.
Has given up 2 home runs. Okay. Austin Martin was a pinch hit homer, and people are like, "Who the hell is Austin Martin?" He's the other guy that when Spencer Torkelson was taken first, that people debated on whether or not he, who led Vanderbilt to a World Series over Michigan.
Yeah. Pipe down.
I'm sorry. It was the 3-game set. It was a really good series. I watched it. I enjoyed it. But Austin Martin was Vanderbilt's best player. And I think he went 5th overall. I believe it was 5th overall. But that was the debate. Is it Austin Martin or Spencer Torkelson? Both of them have homers today.
That game was just another classic reminder that up until 2023, the national championship run, asterisk or not, whatever you want to call it, Michigan's always in a national championship in a different sport. They could just never close the freaking deal. Baseball, we lost that year. We were in hockey that year, too. We were in hockey a bunch of years. We were in the Final Four in basketball.
But you do have 9 championships in hockey, in fairness.
Yeah, but when's the last one, though? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about closing the gate in the last 25 years. I'm not talking about when Red Berenson was in his heyday.
Yeah, Marty Churko, I think, was in that last time they won.
Excuse me.
So but I think. And that's a long time ago, to your point. I'm supporting you on that.
Close the deal. Softball team was in the World Series. Runner-up. A lot of runner-ups.
Yeah. Teams from the Midwest don't find their way to Omaha very often.
Yeah, true.
For college baseball.
Yeah.
Because the advantage is so steep
in the South
for the South and out West. Yeah.
It's like track.
Is it the same for golf? I feel like golf would be the same way. Is golf the same way? I don't follow it, but I feel like it would be the same.
Golf, yeah, because golf's Alabama. Alabama's the number 1 golf team. Currently, they are.
SEC.
Hey, shout out to J.R. Smith.
That's where all the money is, and it's where all like the not all the money, but a lot of the money as it relates to giving it to sports programs, and then the constant to be able to practice outside.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna have many sprinters coming from up north beating anybody from Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it just is what it is. Baseball, you get a chance to be outside, practicing the elements. This is what it is. You get outside faster than up here. A lot of hitting in cages in January, and February, and March.
You're right.
Yeah, they're in full groove by the time you get to end of April.
Yeah. No, it's a great point. I've always felt about it, if I wanted to spend Braylon's money, you could get you can get an indoor facility for kids to play indoor baseball. Okay, you could use it for other things. You could use it for football. You could use it for lacrosse.
Yeah.
You could use it for soccer. There's no doubt about it. But if you really wanted to make some money, put an indoor facility and have, they have a fall league. There's a fall baseball league. Wooden bat league. My oldest son used to play travel ball in the fall, and he would have it in a wooden bat league. It was cold as all get out, right? In the fall, as you're trying to balance football and baseball. You go indoors.
Yeah.
And use the wooden bat because the ball doesn't travel quite as far. Okay, you go indoors, and I think you can make some money doing that.
They have indoor softball leagues.
Yeah, because they don't hit it quite as far.
Yeah. So
it makes a lot of sense. I think. I don't think there's many facilities that can.
And you can control the elements. You can turn the heat up, have some rain.
Hey. Bring some rain, is that what you said?
Yeah,
make it rain?
Make it rain? Yeah, I would.
I mean, they got the weather machines. The weather machines are a real thing.
Hey, speaking of that, though, we'll get back to Lions here in a moment. I was thinking about this with you brought up college. When you look around college athletics and you see that the ACC has 17 teams now, and the Big 12 has 16, and the Big 10 has 18, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the SEC has 16. Do you like the big conferences? Do we do we embrace this? I know there's nothing we can do about it. I'm just wondering how you guys feel about it.
Realistically, like is relative. I mean, I think things evolve. You know what I'm saying? And being a part of this kind of institution and watching it go from, one game in '97 when Michigan won the national championship to, BCS when I was there. No, BCS first. To the BCS system.
Yeah.
Then 4 teams. Then So it just is what it is. Like, I don't make bones about, oh my God, I can't believe that, Michigan's not going to. The rivalry stuff is dead. It is what it is. It sucks, but I got over it. I have now tried to find that half full space. I think you'll get matchups on a regular day basis that are great for the sport. Last year was a lot of people were engaged in college football in a very long time. It's because of the matchups. I know that Penn State's not playing Michigan this year. I know Michigan's not playing Notre Dame. I know Michigan's not playing Iowa this year. But you know who Michigan is playing? Michigan's playing Nebraska. Michigan's playing Oklahoma. Michigan's still playing Ohio State. Michigan's playing USC. Michigan's playing. They're playing Michigan State. They're playing Purdue. They're playing University of Washington. There's still a lot of good games in this new space, and I think you're seeing it. Just listen at week 1. Texas, Ohio State, Bama, Florida State, LSU, Clemson, Nebraska. Was it Notre Dame and Miami, TCU, North Carolina? That used to just be kind of like opening week. Like opening week.
No, for real.
Here's some great games. This is your slate. And then you get a lot of weeks where it's nothing. Well, fast forward. There are 6 matchups like that each week in college football. So half full. I appreciate the matchups. I know it's only 2 conferences. It's the Big Ten, it's the SEC.
I think you could get those matchups even if you didn't have the massive conferences, is my point. Michigan State should be playing Ohio State, I think.
Outside of you, who cares about that, though? Like, because it's a Michigan-themed state. Like, if you were in Ohio, if you were in a different state, would you care about Michigan State and Ohio State?
No, but if you're in a different state, do you care that Michigan plays Oklahoma?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're 2 great programs. Yeah. They're 2 big programs. Well, like, even if you don't like the program, it's still something to turn on a game like, oh, shoot, Michigan's at Oklahoma tonight?
Yeah, that sounds wild.
Yeah, it does. It does, even though Oklahoma.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to that game.
Yeah, Oklahoma's not even top 25.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, it's based on their reputation. Yeah. It's based on, what they've done in the past. And I think, personally, and you're right, I think we've gotten away from it. I think that's a sad part of sports.
I agree.
We all know why. It's because of money. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be. I long for the days where rivalries and conference games truly matter. Okay, when it was special when Michigan played USC out west, and no longer is that the case. Now it's just another conference game, and I think we've lost that, and it's sad. I mean, you and I have talked about rivalries all the time in sports.
Yeah.
How many are there in the National Football League? How many are there in Major League Baseball? How many are there in the NHL? How many are there in the NBA? You don't find them. You know why? We've become numb to it. And it happens in college now. We've become numb to it because we just want what we think is going to be the biggest game instead of what could be the most important game.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying. If I could have it my way, it would have gone back to the BCS. I didn't need the 4. Mm-hmm. And then you try to convince me of the 4. I told you, it's only going to open the door. Well, here we are. We got the 4 and it opened the door to 12. But once again, I'm just trying to find my way in this new landscape. Yeah. And I think the excitement side of it, like, there's a lot. This is a mini NFL. It may be horrible for what we're used to, what was fun and what was stored in the rivalry, getting to November, the last week in November. Now you got all the marbles on the floor for Ohio State and Michigan. Well, if it's not then maybe it's the Iron Bowl. Maybe it's Auburn and Alabama that'll come down to the wire, LSU and Alabama. Maybe there's something out west. Not likely, but it's fun to watch.
You have the right attitude. I need to adopt your attitude. I'm freely admitting that. All I'm saying is, last year, this is when I really started to feel it. Michigan goes to Ohio State and wins. Stuns everybody in college football world. Okay, really is one of the bigger upsets the rivalry's ever had, or that we've seen in college football in a long time.
Yes, sir.
That's supposed to matter. It didn't, and the reason it didn't is because Ohio State went on to win the national championship. I'm not saying they're not deserving.
Right.
I'm just telling you. That was supposed to matter. Those things are supposed to be like, holy crap, look at, not only did we beat our rival, we knocked their ass out of what they wanted to accomplish.
We knew that was the value placed on it, like from the fan perspective.
Sure.
Man, we knew every year that game was going to decide something.
And what did it decide?
I will say that part sucks. As a former player, that part sucks. Like, when Ohio State went on the run that they had from 2004 to 2013, and then 2014 to 2020. That just sounds crazy. 23.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we cooked them in the 90s, the 80s, and we're cooking their ass now.
You see how quickly he got defensive?
Yeah, because they forgot about the 90s, the 80s, and they're forgetting about now. But to your point,
shout out Braylon.
Yes,
let's go.
It does piss me off because when they were whooping our butts, like it was at the end of every year. That was it. You felt the pains. Like, ha, we beat you guys again. And the whole nation said the same thing.
And we also kept you from something.
Now that we're 4 in a row, beat them last year, means nothing. They win the national championship, and they don't even care they lost to Michigan.
That's right.
That's never been Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ohio State only cared about one thing, and it was Michigan.
Yeah.
Like, we lose Ohio State, it is what it is. We'll still have a good year. I'll still be able to do things that I want to do in life and live my life. You lose to Michigan, Ohio, the year is over. That's no longer. That is no longer. They're like, I keep running in the fans since they won. I'm like, but you lost to Michigan. They're like, so we won the national championship.
Right. They don't even care.
That part of the rivalry is no longer fun.
Yeah, that it used to be. It literally used to be a Judas Priest song. Some heads are gonna roll if you lose to Michigan. That is not the case.
It's gone, bro.
It's gone.
How many coaches have gotten fired because they couldn't beat Michigan?
Couple of them.
Now Ryan Day is still very much employed.
Oh yeah, I mean he's celebrated universally.
I feel like he would be gone if this was the olden days, just maybe a decade and a half ago. Maybe
you don't
even
care what you
earlier
do,
than that.
illegally or anything. Just don't lose Michigan. I don't care what you do. Hey, look, you can be whoever you want to be. You better be that team up north when the end of November comes around.
At some point, I will get shouted down from that philosophy, that idea, that belief, and that desire. I get it, okay? Because at some point it's gonna be like, all right, it's been long enough now. Turn the damn page. But while it's still fresh, this is how I feel. And I think when I talk to a lot of friends of mine who used to be, that's a key phrase, used to be big sports fans, they said the college game turns them off more than the professional game. And it never used to be that way. They were always college sports first, pro second, because pro they viewed as a business. Now they view college sports as a business, and they recognize, especially college football, it just doesn't seem to matter as much as it used to. It was a prideful thing for you and your guys to go out there and win in Columbus or beat the Buckeyes at home, whatever. It doesn't feel like that anymore. I know it is, but I'm just saying it doesn't feel like it.
Also, it's bad football. Like, college football is bad football. You got a bunch of quarterbacks that think they can drop back and be Patrick Mahomes because you got a bunch of these sorry-ass coaches, quarterback skill coaches telling these players, yeah, if you drop back like this and do this and go around the cone this way, do all the drills you see on YouTube and Instagram, you're going to be the next Patrick Mahomes. So you got a bunch of overpaid high school kids coming into these institutions trying to be quarterbacks, and they're not good. They're trying to build offenses around them. You got wide receivers in the whole 9 yards. Look at the Big Ten. How many good teams are even in the Big Ten? You're talking about a power conference.
Yeah.
There's Michigan, there's Ohio State, there's Penn State, there's Oregon, and who else?
For what it's worth, Illinois and Indiana are both ranked in the top 25 preseason. Don't shoot me. I'm just saying that's kind of way to
And Illinois has been resurgence the last 3 years, and Indiana is the last one.
Yeah.
Like, SEC is similar.
I know.
Realistically, ACC is a joke.
So how have the big conferences helped it then? I mean, besides financially, we all get that. Nobody has to be explained to that.
Because you're adding institutions into those conferences that can balance out the dominance. Before you added, let's say, Oregon and what they are, what USC maybe can be, what UW was 2 years ago. Before you added that, it's Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State in the Big Ten the last, including Wisconsin, has been trash. Like, it's only been 3 teams in the last 9 years in the Big Ten. Like, in the SEC, it's only been Alabama. Every once in a while, you got LSU. It's been, I can't think of the other one over there. Georgia, excuse me. Thank you. You got Georgia. Now you added Texas to balance that. Now you add Oklahoma, fired Britton Venables, but now you get Oklahoma, you bring them in there. Now you bring in an Oregon to balance out your Purdue's and Northwesterns and even Iowa, who can't do anything on offense. They're just a defensive powerhouse. You bring in USC. So I think they kind of balance the rest of the conference that was just getting shredded. I think that part has helped.
We all want the big games. I get it. So you mentioned Texas, Ohio State. If I'm an athletic director or I'm a head coach, I get why it's being scheduled because of television and ratings and things. There's no flipping way I'm playing that week 1.
Not in this day and age. There's no need to.
I'd play week 3 where I could get my guys up to speed, and I suppose there's an argument you can use the entire offseason to get ready for that first game, but because they play San Jose State, Texas does, in week 2, I would not schedule that week 1. That would scare the hell out of me because of the amount of, kinks that you have to get through.
You can say what you want to about me. I wouldn't schedule any of these out-of-conference powerhouse games anymore. You don't need to. Like, in the conference, you're going to have that game. You're going to have to play in the playoffs, which is going to be that game. You don't need to. So now I'm going to go out of my way to schedule a Texas, a Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, who I think is going to be really good this year. One of these teams, I'm going to bring them in. And, oh, by the way, I probably have to go there. Let's say I don't.
It's okay, 1-1.
Okay, cool. 1v1, I still have to play Oregon. I still have to play Penn State, potentially. I still have Ohio State. I still have what I got to do. And then I got to get through a gauntlet now to get to the national championship game. Like, in the national championship game, it used to be 13 games. Well, 12 games. Then 13. Yeah. Then 14.
Now it's an NFL
Now
schedule.
It's 15. Yeah. Now it's 16 to win the national championship.
It's crazy.
So, no disrespect. I don't need to play Texas. I don't need to play LSU. I don't need to play those teams. I got to play 12 games on top of maybe the Big Ten championship, which means absolutely nothing, and then get through the gauntlet. So I wouldn't do it.
That is so true because when I have debates with friends of mine about the whole NIL thing, I literally say, I use that example in football. I say, I want you to think about how many games these kids play. The student-athlete thing has almost become a joke.
Yeah.
That these kids, what they have to do, you lived it. You got to go to, you're lifting, you're going to class, you're lifting or watching film, you're practicing, you're watching film, you're going home, okay? It is more than a full-time job, without question, okay? And on top of that, they're playing, and they're starting earlier than a lot of NFL teams, they're playing an NFL schedule for the most part.
Yes. And, oh, by the way, along the way, they're supposed to go to class. Oh, that's right. You guys aren't student athletes anymore.
Right.
The thing that's going to happen.
And enjoy the college experience, which is virtually impossible.
The money helped that. The thing that is going to happen, and eventually they're going to say, all right, we got to do something. First time they have a team play each other 3 times, because it's coming. Because it's coming. Playing the regular season, playing the championship, and then playing the championship again.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could have been Oregon and Ohio State last year, if they didn't play in the. It could have been.
Sure.
So
if they didn't meet in the playoffs along the way, it could have been.
Because now there's not a divisional side, so it's like this side versus this side in the championship. Now it's best 2 teams in the conference. Mm-hmm. They play in the championship game. What if it's the same teams?
Yeah, that's not even bringing up what the fans are being asked to do, which apparently they don't have a problem with because it was chock full in the Rose Bowl, it was chock full of and all these different bowl games en route to the national championship game. You're asking, hey, let's go to every single game at home, even the teams that you're playing at the beginning of the season, like some of the mid-majors. Then you're asking me to go to there. Now you're asking me to go to Indy. And they should rotate that, by the way. It should be, Ford Field should have at least, a Big Ten championship game once in a while. And then you're going to ask me to go to a number of playoff games and then the national championship. Now, you don't have to go to all of them, granted, okay? But still, that's what they're doing. They're knocking on your door. Hey, man, you ready? Okay, because we've got some tickets for it. No, I'm going to pass on this one. Oh, that might put you behind the 8 ball there for the next one.
That's when you need Michigan State to step their bleep up. And this isn't a shot at Michigan State. But name me another state that has 2 powerhouse, essentially Big Ten programs. Now, you got Michigan and Michigan State. You know how you can get the lobbying if that team was good? Oh, Big Ten championship at Ford Field. Well, we got this fan base. We got this fan base. We have this in place, that in place. Like, there's no other city.
Right.
Like, Ann Arbor and East Lansing are a couple miles apart, and then Detroit, Ford Field is right here.
Amen to that. Yeah, I've said that. I've said that forever.
Easy money.
The 2 schools,
easy money.
They need to go to Chicago. They need to knock on the Big Ten director's door and say, "Hey, man, Indy does a great job of putting on these events. You know what, and I know.
100%, I agree.
I think Indianapolis is fantastic. I love when the Big Ten tournament was there.
They built their city around
Chicago. They built the city around. They embrace it. They're excellent at what they do. Detroit does a hell of a job in putting on big events.
Yeah,
and I mean a hell of a job. Okay? So I think it's incumbent on Michigan State and Michigan and others in the Big Ten to say, rotate that son of a gun. They do it in basketball. They played the Big Ten championship game in Washington flipping D.C. Yeah, you go into a bar that weekend, you know what they're doing? They've got the ACC on. They don't have the Big Ten on. They barely even know that the Maryland Terrapins were playing in the Big Ten. They should be at Ford Field in a rotation. You want to take it to Minnesota? Go ahead. You want to take it to Indy? Go ahead. Detroit should be in the rotation because of what Detroit can do, because of what Ford Field is, and because of the proven track record that the city of Detroit has shown everybody in the world on what we can do. Why isn't it? Who is sleeping at the wheel? We could get a live tournament. We can get a Ryder Cup. Right. We can get all-star games and championships, but we can't get a Big Ten championship game that has basically been down to nothing?
That's because the Big Ten don't like Michigan. It ain't no secret.
What are you talking about?
Big Ten don't like Michigan.
Why? Hold on.
The Big Ten Conference doesn't like Michigan. Why? They never have.
Why?
Because we're the leaders and the best. You see all that BS that went on with Harbaugh and all that, the Harbaugh and all that, how the NCAA, the Big Ten went after Michigan, extra and still going after Michigan. Kevin Warren.
I mean, look, there are some things.
If they don't like Michigan, it's okay to say.
I don't believe that.
I do.
I don't believe that because Michigan's a money cow for them.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can appreciate the money that people. You can appreciate the money that people bring in, and at the same time not like that person. Like just because somebody is a cash cow for you doesn't mean you have to like them.
Agreed.
That is true in business. Wink, wink.
That's an excellent point. I don't think the Big Ten looks at Michigan and says, "I'm out to get them. I don't like them."
Well, Kevin Warren's black ass sure was, and they got him up out of there.
Well, if they got him up out of there,
well, he didn't. No, he went to the Chicago Bears.
I was going to say
100%.
Yeah. So he had maybe a better opportunity. There's no better opportunity than sit in a massage chair and relax and enjoy yourself. And Ricky, now he just got out of it. Man, we had to pry him out of it. Noah's sitting there going, Ricky, you got to read. You got to get out of the chair. Ricky almost fell asleep. I'm not kidding.
I have fallen asleep in that chair. The Pharaoh put me to sleep, definitely.
Okay. What do you got for us? Yeah.
Pause.
Sing.
Yeah, if you're looking to upgrade your relaxation game, well, I got the place for you, man. Massage Chair House. You got to check them out in Bloomfield Hills. This is the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with top brands of massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki, man. They're located on the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan. He's the wellness doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit today. Right now, massagechairhouse.com, or just scan that QR code.
So you could fall asleep in that chair, that's for sure. But you could also fall asleep in a Lady Jane's chair, too.
Hey, elite transition.
I wasn't done, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
that's cool. Massage Chair House, the ticket to your ultimate recovery and relaxation. Go ahead, I'm done.
All right. I thought we were having a conversation there because you could.
Day two, but go ahead.
You could day two. You could fall asleep in that chair there at Lady Jane's because the ladies there. I just saw a guy. You know, he's getting the scalp massaged a little bit. He's got the shampoo on, and it looked like they had to almost wake him up. It's almost like trying to wake up Ricky from the massage chair. It's very similar, but it's very relaxing. It's an easy transition, all right? Very uncomplicated. Lady Jane's, haircuts for men. You walk in, you sign in, and before you know it, you're in that chair. You're close to falling asleep because you're so relaxed, but you leave handsome and clean. Lady Jane's open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, it's Stick from Woodward Sports. I'm out here at the Feldman shop, of course, you know, because they are #1 people. And the Ineos Grenadier, that's the new car that they got. But I got my man here, the Sun God. I'm not lying. His name is Amon-Ra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He sold me a car.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? Come see us out here, baby. We in Waterford. We got the pre-owns all day. We got the Grenadiers, and we got new Chevys all day. Whatever you need, we got you.
Yeah, and I went with this one. I like it. 2023 Durango. It's used. Only got like 30,000 miles on it. And this guy, man, I was like, listen, this is my price. You either make it happen or I'm out of here.
Easy.
You know what he did? Went to his boss. He's like, I'm making this happen for this guy. Came back, threw the contract on the table. Now I'm in the whip.
Yes, sir. Sign, drive, 0 down, easy money all day.
All right, Feldman, what's the address here, do you know?
5300 Highland Road, Waterford, Michigan, 48327. Open until 6 o'clock every weekday except 9 o'clock on Mondays and Thursdays. It's 4 o'clock on Saturdays. Only day we're not here for you is Sunday. Every other day we're here to get it done, baby.
And his legit name is Amon-Ra. I'm not lying. It was destined. It was meant to be. Woodward Sports found this guy. So thank you very much, man. Enjoying the car, and the kid likes it too. It's nice and safe.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
So welcome back. Here's what happens sometimes. Some of the best TV and radio is oftentimes during commercials, and you learn an awful lot. Here's what else I've learned. I mean, it was great. Does everybody remember who we had in here yesterday? Joe Hollywood? How great was he yesterday?
He was amazing.
It was a lot of fun, right?
See him more often.
Yeah, and he's a New York guy. We don't hold that against him. He's a New York guy who likes his pizza. He came here. Where did he go? He went to Buddy's.
The one and only.
Now, I don't know if he got the brisket brew or the rendezvous or whatever.
The Detroiter.
The brisket pizza or the barbecue chicken salad, which is really good. Maybe he got a summer shandy to chase it down a little bit. Either way, he went to Buddy's, and he was super impressed. If it's winning over someone who hasn't had a chance to ever have it before, but now has it, then okay, you know darn well it's good stuff. You've already known it. All at your neighborhood Buddy's, Buddy'sPizza.com. Don't forget, Buddy's is more than just pizza, though. They've got the smash stacks that are burgers. Man, I'm so hungry right now. Done with the Detroit-style way. Square slice, smash stack, full flavor, only at Buddy's Pizza, Buddy'sPizza.com. Why don't we have a box of Buddy's Pizza right now? That's not in the script. My bad.
Good.
That's
too good.
That sounds amazing. And you know what, man? Maybe we can pick up one of these cars from Feldman. We can drive down the street over to Buddy's and we can get some pizza.
You get the keys, jingle the keys, and get out of here.
That's all we got to do. You already see. Get a head start already. Scan that QR code above my head so that you guys can get a jump on these deals. They end August 10th, so you want to make sure you get there quick. Feldman Chevrolet of Novi is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with 5 locations in Highland, New Hudson, Novi, Livonia, and Lansing. And this month's specials include, you see them there on the screen, the 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew. Lease that for $189 a month, and the 2026 Equinox LT, lease that one for $209 a month. Again, these deals end August 10th, so you want to make sure you can get there quick. And we back.
Guardians pitcher had a no-hitter.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Juan freaking Soto. About time he did something for the Mets. I'm just joking. I'm just teasing.
You're right. He has had a disappointing season.
Hey,
I think you're right.
I'm going to tell you like this. When you sign for 6+.
7+.
Excuse me. I thought it was 685. When you sign for 7+, 7+,
yeah,
Boy, I'd be outside his house with pitchforks and fire. He broke up a no-hitter though with his hating self. Two outs to go.
Come on, man. You know you would do the same thing if you could.
What?
If you was up at bat and got to break up a no-hitter?
No, you're absolutely right. But I was saying like for $700 million, like he's playing like
gotcha.
his contract is $700 million this year.
Yeah.
There's Shohei and there's him.
No, it's him then Shohei.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he surpassed Shohei. When you say
he doesn't have deferred dollars either.
Yeah, and they didn't add up the gambling money either.
When you say, touche. Come on, where's that? Ring that bell after that.
Yeah.
When you say that, come on, you know you'd do that to break up a no hitter. What are you suggesting? Would you bunt to break up a no hitter?
He hit a home run, by the way.
So. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I would do it with a home run. Nah, I don't think I would. I don't think I would bunt. I would do it. I would swing. I would have to swing.
Yeah.
Is it frowned upon to bunt?
If it's a close game, I'm bunting. If it helps my team win, you got to bunt, man. So I'm playing to win.
Here's my question: If you bunt the ball and you get on base, is it a base hit?
I think so.
Okay, sure it is. Unless the guy makes an error, right? Yeah. Okay. So why is it such a bad thing to bunt your way on? I'd bunt in a second to break up a no-hitter. I don't care.
I think it's because people aren't as skilled as it. I think like the attempt at bunting isn't what it used to be. Like back in the day, the bunting was quality. Like now, like people can't bunt.
Think about bunting. Yeah,
if you're trying to bunt right now, like
you don't see it very often, do you?
No,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like free throw. I mean, it's like the mid-range game.
Yeah.
So I feel like they would know you're just intentionally doing it to break it up.
I suppose if it's like 8-0, that's a little different. You know, I don't know what the level score would have to be in order for it to be taboo.
I still feel like Shep would still be like, you know what, bunt.
Hey, listen, but bring your third baseman in if there's nobody on.
You're gonna get at least one run.
Bring your third baseman in. I don't. What's so hard about that?
It's called a game for a reason.
Yeah, you're damn right.
If you were at the plate, and a pitcher that you respected, as a colleague at the time that you respected. He was one strike or two strikes or just your at bat from a perfect game.
For sure.
And this game didn't mean anything. This is a game in May. Would you do the Michael Strahan to Brett Favre?
Well, you mean would you do the Brett Favre to Michael Strahan?
Exactly. Let him. Right. Reverse.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would not.
Okay.
I think you've got to. When people say it doesn't mean anything in May, eventually it does. If you finish a game out of a wild card spot, perhaps that game in May did mean something. You know, I've always been in the belief that I love my friends dearly. Yeah. I tell them that all the time. I want to beat them oftentimes more times than I want to beat my enemies.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't have many enemies, so I'm not going that far. You don't understand. But Braylon, I mean, come on, you're playing against brothers. I mean, guys who have been in the huddle with you. Yeah. You want to beat them on a post route and all those different things as much as anybody else, no matter whether it's a preseason game. Yeah. You talk about the game that you had against Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, in a preseason. You remember that, don't you?
True.
Okay, so absolutely. I do it. By the way, it's 9-4. Twins now lead at 9-4. Yeah. They've scored in every inning except for one. Okay.
That reminds me of a sports video I saw years ago where a guy had to strike out his best friend to win the state championship.
Yes.
And he does it, but then he goes and hugs the friend. I'm like, that's how you do it. I'm still gonna win.
I saw that.
I love you, but I gotta get this chip.
Sure. Otherwise, you lose respect.
Right.
So did you hear Kool-Aid after I said it's 9-4? Terrible. Terrible. Just terrible.
Shout out to Chuck.
It's one of those things, man. It's like. It's all fun and games until it's not. It's all fun and games. I ask these questions and it's like, oh, no worry, we're not in this. And then you look up and you're in a whole divisional race.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In 3 weeks. And then it's like, oh, well, we need this. I'm more of I see it when I see it. Mm-hmm. And what I see from them.
There is the assumption, I think, well, you're playing the Twins. I think they're 13 games under 500. Okay. They haven't reached 500 on the road. They sold off everything they basically had. I mean, you can't really name many guys in their lineup. Royce Lewis, Ryan Jeffers, I suppose. Matt Wallner. There's a few guys, but it's not like they're household names, right?
True.
So when you feel like a team has waved the white flag and said, we're done, we're moving forward, we're just going to see some, they have no business being on the same field as a team that has amongst the most wins in all of baseball.
And also a team that we keep asking after each game, When are they going to turn that corner?
Right.
When is it going to start to look a little bit different? When is it going to be a little more consistent? Like I'm patient. I'm with you. I'm patient. But I want it to get consistent again. I don't mind them losing games, but I need you to win more than you lose. I need you to, hey, look, here's 5 games.
Yeah.
I need you to win 3, lose 2.
Yeah.
I don't need you to win 1, lose 4.
Right. So right now, if they lose today, and it sure looks like they're going to, but it's early. It's the top of the 8th. They will have won 6 of their last 10.
There we go.
Yeah. See, Kool-Aid just made a wince.
Sneaky.
Like they just drew blood.
Listen.
and that's not good enough. Not good enough against a team like Minnesota.
I had to process a little bit, and I'm seeing some people here in the chat chilling under Vincna. He says this. Goodness gracious, he's starting to crash. So I'm just looking at how these things go. But his last comment was, I'm starting to not care because it seems like they don't care, relating to the Tigers.
Yeah, I struggle with that, and here's why. Everybody, every athlete, every individual shows how much they care in a different way. Okay?
Yep.
And I always use this example, and I've got to find a new one, I'll be honest with you. I think Prince Fielder cared. But there's a lot of people who caught him in a blowout loss in the dugout laughing with Miguel Cabrera, and people were livid. They were pissed. You don't care enough. Just because you're losing,
I understand that.
Yeah, but they're not athletes. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Braylon. Athletes aren't hanging on every single play in every single game, especially baseball players.
And that's just a personality trait.
Okay.
I'm one to be known to not be as serious when people think you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm the one. I'll mess around and crack a joke.
Yeah,
but that's just who I am. I'm just.
I also think there's a difference too. You look at a different sport, like my sport. My sport has 16 games. And there's not time to laugh and joke on the sideline and you getting your ass kicked. I remember a specific time, 2006. I'm on the sideline playing for the Cleveland Browns at the time, and we're getting destroyed offensively in terms of the defensive line getting to the quarterback. Okay, getting demolished. The offensive line. In fact, somebody on the team somebody on the coaching staff for the Detroit Lions was on this team. It's about 6 minutes left in the game. Charlie Fry has been sacked 10 times. Go look the numbers up. I'm not lying. 2006, Bengals and Browns. I don't know if it's the first time we played them. Anyway, nine sacks. 9 sacks.
Wow. Really?
I come off, 9 sacks.
Shout out Charlie Fry in Akron.
Charlie, interesting character. Legitimately, I get to the sideline, and the offensive line is over there. All of them. The whole offensive line. You know anything about the game, offensive linemen? It's not 3 of them or 4 of them or 5. It's all of them, always. They were there laughing, giggling, and they're talking about I don't know if it was Call of Duty. I think it was Call of Duty, but PSP, when PSP was a thing on the travel trips, PSP, Sony PSP, those jokers were laughing and giggling and talking about different boards and who got who last time and this, that, and the third. Y'all jokers just gave up 9 sacks.
Yeah, that's wild.
Y'all gave up 9 sacks. And so there's an infamous clip. You can pull it up. It says Braylon Edwards, Charlie Fry, sideline altercation. There was no sideline altercation with Braylon Edwards and Charlie Fry. There was Braylon Edwards going off on the offensive lineman who was giggling and doing all the other extra stuff, and we're out here getting killed. Meanwhile, Charlie Fry, the back of his jersey, he's got grass stains all on it. It's like a green 9. I was pissed. I went off and I grabbed his jersey to show them what it looked like, and then it looked on camera. It looks like
you're grabbing him.
I'm grabbing him, which I was not, and everyone knows that. So,
but what was the response from them?
More laughing and giggling. Oh, why you so? Because we getting all you know what's whoop.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the end for me in Cleveland. Like I just that mentality isn't what I came from in U of M. But getting back on point. 16 games. Like, it can't be any laughing and giggling. You know, you play 162 games.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You play 162 games. There's jokes. How many times you see guys kicking in sunflower seeds and they're losing? Yeah. I guarantee you, there's some Tigers laughing right now, maybe.
Well, that's because here's what they know, and whether you accept it or not may be different. But here's what they know: last year the Dodgers won the championship, right? You know how many games they lost? 64. Yeah. The year before, Texas won the World Series. You know how many games they lost?
65.
72. Okay, so it's going to happen in baseball. Yeah. You're right. Football it's a bad. I used a bad example. Football is not a good example because it's once a week. Yeah. And there should be no lollygaggers. Now afterwards, so that's an interesting point. Afterwards, when you see a team get their ass kicked, and you got guys switching jerseys,
Boy,
but we do see that, right?
Yeah.
We do see that. That pisses a lot of fans off.
That's social media era, bro.
Yeah.
That stuff will never sit right with me.
Yeah, I can't imagine, guys back in the day, Reggie White exchanging jerseys, or Lawrence Taylor, or Fred Dreyer, those guys. They wouldn't do that.
Well, see, I disagree. I had you guys. Oh, look who's coming in the studio. I think it's my mom. I had you guys over to the house.
Yep.
I took you in the back room. Pause on that. And
Good looking office.
100%. I also showed you a box, and in that box there was a bunch of jerseys. There was Reggie Wayne jersey. There was a Don McNabb jersey.
Yeah.
There was a Champ Bailey jersey. There was an Andre Johnson jersey. I got those after games. I was a fan of their work. I was a fan of the individual. Slide it, Mom.
Slide.
Slide it. Just slide it.
She can put it between the doors.
100%.
Yeah.
You can bring it up here, Mom. It's all good. It's 2 seconds. They won't even have time.
She goes, I'm illegally parked. I don't want to come up here.
Welcome to the club.
See, there's the difference.
Thank you.
There's
Say
the
what's
difference.
up to Shep.
Thanks again for that.
There you go.
Great to see you.
Say hi to everybody.
You look good.
Say hi.
Have a great day. Have a great day. Yeah,
all right,
that's
love
awesome.
you, Mom. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah. See,
going to concert with Moms, but I forgot where I got.
you going to the concert with Mom tonight?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. So but you were talking about your jersey. You were getting Reggie Wayne. So you think, guys? I'm saying back in the day, before the social media, which is what Ricky brought up.
I got you.
It's different, I think.
Yeah, 100%. They wanted to kill each other, and the respect was, I'll give you a hug on the field, and we'll talk in the off season. Like,
Right.
that's what it was. Like, hey, I'm glad you made it through the game healthy. I'm glad I made it through the game healthy. We'll talk in the off season. Now it's, we're going out tonight.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing I'm not used to is they doing like right after the game.
Thank you, LeBron.
Yeah,
that's
real quick. I caught that clip. This how I know that you were really over Cleveland. Because it was 47 seconds left in the third quarter when you started to go off.
Oh, yeah. But
y'all had a whole nother quarter of it to go. That's how mad you are.
100%. 9 sacks. Like 9. I promise
That's
you.
crazy.
In fact, hold on. What was that game? What's the? I'm gonna just pull up the stat. You can go ahead.
But what I was going to say was, Cleveland should embrace you for that. That should be celebrated. Well, I mean, if we're talking about caring, okay, the gas level. The give a shit level. If you're caring, you had it as high as anybody on that day. Why would anybody hold that against you? Most people would be like, Braylon, you're my guy.
Perception is reality. At the time, even now, what do you say about the wide receiver position? What do you guys say about it? And this is everybody.
Well, people say it's a diva. I don't think that's necessarily fair, but
it's not about what's fair or not. What's said about it, and what's said is it's a diva position. So when you got a young receiver who just got drafted 3rd overall, and I won't even go that route. All receivers at the time were black, but it doesn't look right. You got this black receiver pulling on his white quarterback's jersey, and when you watch it on TV, it just looks like I'm grabbing his jersey. So the team never gave the right angle. They never came out and said what was going on.
They never supported you.
But here's why you can't support me, because what am I doing? I'm essentially calling out 11 players on the field live in the game. I'm calling out the whole offensive line, and they can't come out here and say, well, it wasn't about Charlie Fry. It was about the offensive lineman giggling after giving up 9 sacks and Charlie Fry almost getting his neck broke. They can't say that either. So like now I get stuck in a conundrum.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. If you're a PR person, you could easily spin it and say he was upset about something else that had nothing to do with Charlie. All he did was support Charlie.
If you care,
and let people, if they
I would
care,
have had your back, bro.
And let people, let members of the media dig for the rest of it.
See, and this is where if I would have played at Ohio State, that would have came out. But I played at Michigan. It's a little different in Ohio. Like, I know that sounds crazy. It does sound indeed.
No, it doesn't sound crazy.
I hope that everybody that's been there since I left has said the same thing. I pray Mason Graham, it's a little bit different.
I hope so, too. But speaking of Mason Graham, he was taken early in the NFL draft as a defensive tackle. The Lions chose to go with a defensive tackle and Tyleik Williams. Here's Dan Campbell on how their first-round pick is progressing.
One of his flashiest practices in the backfield a lot. Where have you seen him grow the most from the beginning of camp?
Yeah, well, what we saw on his college tape is really showing up here, and that's his ability to play, to really get knocked back, into the backfield. kind of recreate the line of scrimmage. He's got a good shock and shed. Sometimes a little too good, he'll jump out of a gap if you're not careful. So we're trying to just stay on him with that. And then he can get an edge. You know, his rush, he can get an edge. He's trending the right way. He's growing. We just got to get him in better shape, you know, and that'll come there again with reps. We're going to give those guys today a ton of reps, you know, out there. We're going to work, you know, a 2-minute drill. That'll be good for everybody, really. They all need it. So,
from a coach's perspective, what is it like to work?
Our thanks to the Detroit Lions. Really good sound there that they put up on their website, DetroitLions.com, for helping us with that. And Dan Campbell on Tyleik Williams, who, you know, should be a key contributor early on. What will you need to see from him if, and I hope he does, play Friday against Atlanta? We expect him to.
I need him to be physical. Let's start there. You're talking about one of the big guys up front. I know he lost some weight. He's still floating around probably 318 pounds or so coming out of Ohio State.
Big man.
Ohio State on defense has been soft within capital S-O-F-T. They have been soft for the last 4 years, hence the dominance up front by the University of Michigan and other teams that have played them in space.
How do you win a national championship by being soft?
Because, well, realistically, because it's a finesse league now anyway. Everybody's finesse. You get to, like, Oregon's a finesse team. Like, SMU's a finesse team. Penn State has turned into a finesse team. With the exception of the outside linebackers, they still know how to hit. It's a finesse. It's just finesse now. That's where the game has gone. That's why when you have a team that can play discipline ball, that can play physical ball, and mix it with some speed, they can win championships, i.e. the University of Michigan, i.e. Georgia, i.e. Bama, i.e. Clemson when they were doing it. They still were the physical mode. I need him to show me that he's physical. That's what I want to see out of him. And that's what Kelvin is preaching. That's what Dan Campbell has started here. Mm-hmm. It's the physicality. It's tough. It's relentless. It's nasty. This is what Kelvin Shepard said he wanted to be. That's what I want to see. You're a big fella. I don't want to see you being all nice and cool and smiling and, you know, hey, and I'm big. No. I need you to get after somebody. You're the big guy up front. You set the tone up front. Aleem McNeil sets the tone up front. Like, you can be nice. Quinnen Williams has one of the best smiles in the NFL. New York Jets, Quinnen Williams, best smile in the NFL. When the game starts, you know where he's going to be, in the backfield with ruthless aggression. Chris Jones, Cameron Hayward, the list goes on. Now, I'm not saying he has to be as great as those guys, but I need him to play and embody that spirit. I don't want to see all that. It's different when you're a big guy up front going against these offensive line. So that's what I need to see out of him. I don't know. I've heard from my young bulls in Michigan. A lot of soft guys, a lot of comments came off the other side of the ball. So I don't want him to be a part of that. I need him to embody with Dan Campbell. And in that grit here, I got to see that. Because right now, I'm hoping, I don't know.
What's the opportunity for him? He's got a chance to establish himself as probably not every down because they rotate inside, but as a starter right away. Him, Aleem McNeil, him, DJ Reader. He's got a chance to really stand out, don't you think?
I would like it to be him and Aleem McNeil. DJ Reader is a guy that we got for a short term, figure it out for a couple years. Yeah, he's the guy right now. He and Tyleik Williams while Aleem McNeil comes back. When Aleem McNeil's ready, I want them to be sliding DJ Reader to the bench and having Tyleik Williams in there. And I want DJ to be the guy coming off the bench. That's what I want from him. You're talking about October is when you get Aleem McNeil back, maybe maybe November. I need, when he comes back, I want it to be Tyleik and him.
I know it's different because it's a different position, but roughly, what do you think we can expect from him in terms of plays, reps, quarters, whatever? That's what everybody wants to know when they go to camp. They're always asking coaches, how long are we going to see the starters? How long are we going to see the rookies? How long would you expect to see Tyleik Williams in that rotation, at least for the first preseason game?
I think he gets a strong 2 to 3 series.
Okay.
I think it's strong 2 to 3 series and maybe more in the second game, the third. I think 2 to 3 series. You want to see what he has. You don't want to play him too much, but you got to get him out there, and you're looking for a drive to go. That's when in preseason and training camp, those are the drives you look for. You look for him to have the offense, talking about against Tyleik Williams and the defense. You look for them to have about 8 9, 10, 11, 12 play drives so that you can watch him grow within the series. You can see what happens after he may miss a tackle. What happens, if they have to stay on the field too long? Where's his breath? Is he in shape? Is he not in shape? What does it look like? How does he think? How does he process situations that come on the fly? It's one thing to call things out in the film room when you feel confident and you're sitting there watching it. What does it look like on that field where it's you and the other 10?
Does it matter who he plays with or just who he plays against? In other words, if there's a starter next to him or starters behind him, does it really matter?
No, because I still can see the things. Obviously you'll be much better once you're playing alongside of guys that are going to start, alongside guys that, you built that rhythmic cadence with. But I just want to see the physicality. I don't need to see left or right or north and south to see if you're physical, to see if you can fill the gaps, to see if you can tackle guys in space, to see what that aggression looks like when you grab somebody. Like, are you just tackling somebody and get them to the ground, or are you picking somebody up and letting them know 78 tackled you? I'm being real.
No, and Bray, that's what I liked about the comments, because they talked about the versatility of Tyleik Williams that he's showing and the physicality too. They said that he's reestablishing a line of scrimmage, and I wanted to ask you, I know that he was brought here to effectively play interior, the inside of that defensive line, but Dan also talked about the fact that he's establishing and has the speed, and he's getting into the backfield so fast that he's establishing an edge as well.
Yeah, I think it's about the more you can do. Brad Holmes has shown you the whole time he's been here, the more you can do at a position, the more you can do for the Detroit Lions, the more valuable you will be. So you're talking about a guy that can get to the quarterback as well as just clog it up. I mean, Chris Jones, I keep using him. I know he's the elite of the elite as it relates to defensive tackles on the inside, but he does it all. You see him in the run game. He shows up when they just need him. Hey, look, on this play, Chris, we just need you to blow it up, and then we'll figure it out from around you. I've been hearing great news about Marcus Davenport in terms of how he's been playing. You talked about it yesterday, linchpin and all this kind of stuff. So if you can get this, you get that, you can get a lean to start floating and creating some mismatches, because you're going to have a lot of guards that are older and they don't understand. That's one thing he does well. He moves laterally well for a big man, kind of like Lee McNeil a little bit. So you can get to the quarterback and establish that. Look the F out.
Yeah, that's what I like about this. In fact, I remember reading up on him before the draft, and some of the comparisons of Tyleik Williams to NFL players was Aleem McNeil. Now, I don't know if Dan Campbell is just telling people, because Lions Nation is still upset about not dealing with, the opposite end rusher of Aiden Hutchinson. I can't imagine Tyleik Williams being quick enough to play off the edge.
No, not off the edge.
But if he can
rush the
passer, if he can rush the passer inside, I think that's where you become almost as valuable, because no quarterback, as you know, coming from the edge is one thing. You can always step up. Most quarterbacks will tell you, I don't want pressure in my face. That's when it becomes the most difficult. And if he can add that, that's a huge bonus for us. And I don't even look at quarterback sacks. I'm talking about pressures and getting hands on guys.
Yeah, Stephen Baffey in the chat, he agrees with you. He says pressure up the middle is more devastating and valuable than edge pressure. And that's just in his opinion. But it backs up a lot of what you're saying.
The only thing I would say to that is NFL personnel don't necessarily always agree with you and I, Stephen, because look at who makes all the money.
Yeah, but this is when you got to see what Kelvin Shepard is as it relates to a defensive coordinator, because the concepts, the things, they're going to be coming from him. And games is going to be one of the great things. You're talking about a guy getting to the quarterback from the interior spot. That's when you create these games. And the games, for those out there, it's when outside linebacker comes inside, grabs or sheds, and then the interior guy comes around on the outside or or versions like that. Sometimes you can go outside in.
Stunts and so on and so forth.
There you go. Stunts and twists. But like
Kelvin Shepard is big on that. And they pointed that out on the broadcast during the playoffs.
And that's going to be good for them. You get Tyleik Williams be able to move like that. Maybe it's not putting him on the edge. But what it is you got, Aiden coming down hard and Aleem wrapping around. And you got this big guy out there in space 318. You're looking like, where am I going to go? So that could be really interesting and really cool. It's still a month left before the season. It's still a month left.
Still.
A lot of time.
It just can't get here fast enough. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those times, and I love talking sports with people and all kinds of different sports, but it's one of those times where the anticipation for football is so high, and it energizes so many of us. you want it to get. There's a part of me. It's almost like leading up to Christmas for me.
I was just about to say it's literally Christmas.
Leading up to Christmas is oftentimes my favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
When Christmas comes, it's almost like a letdown because the build-up has been so so enjoyable. The build-up to football is so enjoyable right now, even though there's a number of questions in training camp. When the first game finally comes, I mean, it's so awesome to know that whole week. I can't wait. The countdown is on. It's like when you were in, the practice facility at the University of Michigan, and they got the countdown clock up there.
Yeah.
Before you play Ohio State, that week, there's something different about that week.
It is. That clock is a real deal.
Yeah.
You get to looking at that clock every time you leave that locker room, and as it gets closer and it gets closer and it gets closer, like your body starts to change. Like your hair on the back of your neck starts standing up. You start sweating. You know that it's getting close, and it's getting close to something great.
That's why one of the best marketing lines to me is waiting all day for Sunday night. That's the best way to describe it. Like we're literally just waiting to get to the game, and then we're just gonna continue to wait.
Yeah,
it's the best way.
Yeah, that's good. All right, let's get to the mailbag, shall we?
Hey,
what do we got in the mailbag?
Let's take a quick one. So, chat family, make sure you get those mailbag questions into the chat. And Ricky's going to tell you guys where you can follow Woodward Sports.
Yeah, make sure you stay connected with us, man. Woodward Sports, we are on all social platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram, along with YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Make sure you follow us. Stay up to date with the latest sports news, live updates, and, of course, that behind-the-scenes action. You can't miss out on it, man. Hit that follow button right now. Be a part of Detroit's #1 digital sports network. That's at Woodward Sports on all social platforms. Once again, at Woodward Sports everywhere.
Summer's heating up, and Feldman's clearing space for the incoming new models. That means massive markdowns during Feldman's hot summer sale. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $189 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $209 a month. Inventory's moving fast, and when it's gone, it's gone. So don't sweat the search. Just get to Feldman. More locations, more inventory, more ways to save. The hot summer sale is on at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. Then fight.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Mailbag. Let's go. You know what I'm watching? I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm watching the Braylon Edwards explosion on the sidelines for Cleveland.
Yeah, I know.
Talking to Reuben Drones, talking to the offensive lineman. It's not something that I had necessarily seen. His team was down 23-0, and there was just a minute left. And it doesn't look like he's grabbing Charlie Fry. It looks like Reuben Drones comes in.
He's not even looking him in the face.
And that's awesome. I was super close to Reuben too. That was my guy, man. That was probably like the first older cat kind of showed me the ropes. I hung out with, kind of learned a little bit of the game for, but he messed it up because him coming over to grab me makes it look like I'm trying. So you can see me like, no, Reuben, I'm talking about them.
And it's like, I just want situations like you're mad at the wrong person. Don't grab me, grab them. I hate 100%. Situations like don't grab me,
or just stand next to me. Like don't grab me, just stand next to me.
Right, because you weren't wrong.
Yeah. And that's why TV doesn't do it justice.
Nah, and there's
it looks
the team
like
didn't do it
from
justice.
TV from a TV standpoint.
Yeah, they could have cleaned that up.
It looks like you're yelling at Reuben Drones, and really what you're saying to him, you got to understand where I'm coming from. Blah 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 blah. Right? Then you grab Charlie Fry and say, "This is what I'm talking about," and he intercepts you 100%. As if to say, "Don't put your hands on him."
And at the end of the day, but this is also too like the more you know. This is my second year. It's a learning experience for me. Look, it's like they say in The Godfather: never discuss family business outside the family.
Right. You never let them know what you're thinking.
100%. I discuss family business outside the family with my actions. So I mean, it's a learning experience. You live, you learn.
All right, let's get back to the mailbag. Sorry about that, Kool-Aid. Go ahead, buddy.
No, man, we got it. I love these stories from Bray, and I'm hoping that the chat family, they appreciate them too. I saw these comments. The people love the breakdown on Isaac Tesla and love it and such. That segment clip blew up. If you haven't seen it, chat family, get to the YouTube. Make sure you find it. You'll see Tesla's face on there, and it's former NFL wide receiver reacts to, and it was epic, man. So
yeah, I'm really happy for Tesla. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a really good player. I'm excited for the season in the regard that we've got a guy who played at the highest level who can tell us how he's helping the offense. Wide receivers, tight ends, all these guys, they can help the offense without getting catches.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't always, and when I say we, I mean me too. We don't always recognize it, because what are we doing? We're watching Jared Goff back to pass, looks left, finds St. Brown, out on an out pattern, caught. Yeah. That's a pickup of 11. We don't know what Tesla did as a member of the outside and driving a guy out to clear open that spot. Yeah, he's going to be able to break that down for us.
Yeah, what you just said right there, that's Amon-Ra St. Brown in the slot. Legitimately, you got a corner outside on Tesla. Tesla is going to take a go route because Tesla is 6'3.5", 218. Oh, shoot, it's a go route. I got to open my hips as a DP, turn my back to the inside safety in the play. Now I'm up the sideline. Now when Amon-Ra St. Brown runs that out, it's a one-on-one situation. Amon-Ra catches that out. If that guy misses that tackle because the DB is way down the field with Tesla, that's now a chance to go for, much more. That's the little things of how you influence the game. He didn't catch a pass in that.
Right.
But he got his guy open.
Or one of my favorites when a receiver will be running a route and say somebody caught it underneath, he'll continue to run the route so that DB stays with him. Oh, that's one of my favorites. I love watching that happen.
You can't have that be in the scouting report. You know, we don't have to even really take this side of the field serious. That's going to mess up everything on the other side.
That'll be part of Braylon's breakdown on a weekly basis.
Shout out to
about that. By the way, so the Lions, the Tigers are down 9-4. It's the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
They've got a man on. There's nobody out. Riley Green's up. Riley Green's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that Riley Green, who I do. I love him. Okay, I think he's awesome. I like him so much. I think he's a really good player. 152 strikeouts is a lot. It leads all of baseball. It doesn't lead the American League or the AL Central. It leads all of baseball. This year, unless things go differently and they go further than a lot, he's going to get labeled this. It's hard to shake labels. It is. You know that better than anybody.
Yeah, and also, too, like for 152 strikeouts, you got to be giving me Kyle Schwarber production.
Right. He just struck out again.
Right.
Did he strike out again?
No.
So that's 3 punchies. And Kyle Schwarber's got 40 bombs. You're hitting 40 bombs, you can overlook that.
Exactly.
You're Aaron Judge, you're hitting 53 bombs, you can overlook the 171 punch out.
100.
If you're not, and he's got, 26 home runs, which is okay, but no. I mean, it's not washing.
If you're at 85 strikeouts, then that's good. Then that's really good. So, you 26, okay, 85. 152, it's just not.
Yeah, and now 153. That's crazy. All right, now back to the mailbag. Sorry,
I'm going to clean up some super chats first here. Shout out to QB in the chat. I see him there. He says, push through, Tigers. Push through with the $2 super chat. Dante151 with the $1.99 super chat. He says, the Osbournes back in 2002 was one of his best shows, one of the best shows on on MTV. Earlier when we were talking about MTV music and some of the old shows.
Of the downfall.
That was the
if you want a good laugh.
That was a revamp, to be honest, for him.
It helped him. MTV.
Yeah, I must say it helped him.
Yeah. No, I'm saying for MTV, that was one of the first reality shows they had at the beginning of no music. But yeah, for them it was great. I had no idea.
But at least it was music related. You know what I mean? You could almost see the connotation. I agree with you. I agree with you. When they got it's a little bit of a stretch there, Ricky. But I would say this: if you want a good laugh. Go to YouTube. You can follow us on YouTube. You know, that's where you watch Woodward Sports too. But if you want a good laugh, go type in him and his beer and how he comes out. Someone took all my beer. It's pretty freaking funny.
I had no idea who Ozzy was until that show.
Yeah, there are not many. He's a superstar. Okay, he's a superstar in the world of rock. There's not many superstars who would allow themselves to be filmed like that. and shown as that vulnerable.
He was against it in the beginning. It was Sharon that really talked him into it.
You could understand why he'd be against it. He comes out of his bedroom. He says, "Someone took all my beer out of my refrigerator." "I don't think so, darling." And he goes, "Oh, yeah." I would be against that too. It doesn't make you look great.
Hey, shout out to Michael Wary.
A lot of drugs in 7.
Too many. I would say too many drugs.
A ton of drugs.
And ants. Don't forget about
ants.
Don't forget about
and
ants.
somebody else's urine.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
True,
yeah.
but
Motley Cruz. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Michael Wary. He sent in 2 different $2 super chats.
Appreciate Michael Wary always.
He said he believes that these super conferences, he believes that you get better competition this way. And he also believes this with the second super chat he gave. And he got 3 likes on this one. He believes that Michigan and Notre Dame need to renew the rivalry.
I agree.
I agree with that too.
I agree.
I think he's dead on there.
I agree because that's different than Michigan scheduling LSU or Georgia, Alabama. That's Michigan's scheduled team. Yes, they got to the Final Four last year. That was a game away from the championship. That's a team that they know. That's a rivalry that the country knows. You know, I know Notre Dame's a rival with everyone, but Michigan is probably somewhere between 3 to 5 in terms of Notre Dame's rivalry games. Yeah,
it's been some epic highlights, man.
Yeah, as far as the
I'm 1-2 against
as far as you're playing more challenging teams, I think Braylon went over it earlier in the show. I mean, Michigan's got Western Michigan, Boston College, or Michigan State. I'm sorry, has Western Michigan, Boston College, Youngstown State.
Yeah.
At USC, at Nebraska, UCLA, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Penn State, Iowa, Maryland. Come on, just because they're bigger conferences doesn't mean it's better competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for Michigan State, shoot, that's the schedule they need.
What? No, I don't disagree with you. I think it's perfect for them. There's no doubt. Hey, tomorrow we're really excited. Brady Quinn's going to join us. Good friend of Braylon Edwards.
100%.
I want
of
your
Notre
quick
Dame.
thought though too.
Okay.
On this, just one more. 499 super chat. It's from Michigan. At Michigan's what I can see here. He says, "What are Shep's thoughts on MLB playoff picture?" That might be something that you bring. Maybe we bring tomorrow.
The playoff
picture or pictures
on the
PICTURE.
Oh, picture like playoff picture.
The MLB picture. Yeah, we kind of went over it. I think there's a couple of teams right now better than Detroit in the American League, and I think there's at least 4 teams in the National League. Okay. So we can dive into that a little bit further.
I like it
for various reasons.
Yeah.
Brady Quinn tomorrow, former teammate of Braylon Edwards, does a really nice job on college football on CBS. So we're looking forward to his visit tomorrow. We are looking forward to you and your chats and your various social media followings here on the Braylon Edwards Show on Woodward Sports every Monday through Friday, 2 until 4. We'll see you then, and have a great Wednesday.
Peace.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.